Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Balik Tanaw, a countdown to SLIS at 60. Maraming salamat po for joining us today. To those who are with us through Zoom and those who are watching right now via our live stream through Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We welcome po everyone. Joining me in this pre-show is Professor Paul Jason B. Perez.
Hi, Sir Eli. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Sir Eli, ano bang inihanda natin ngayong hapon at bakit ba tayo nandito?
Nako, today is a very special day and we have prepared a lot of activities this afternoon and in the coming days kasi we're celebrating our 60th anniversary sa SLIS.
Oo nga, and for our viewers, please stay with us because we'll be celebrating that important milestone later at around 2 p.m. Pero bago yon, magbabalik tanaw muna tayo sa ating mga achievements this past year despite the pandemic.
Oo nga, naku, napakarami pala nating nagawa this past year. So to our audience, please join us as we look back through some of the highlights of our past year, starting with our monthly webinar Wednesdays. Hello, good day and welcome to the first webinar episode of the 2020 UP-SLIS webinar series entitled When Viruses and Misinformation Spread, Real and Fake News in the Time of COVID-19. This event is organized by the UP School of Library and Information Studies in celebration of its 59th founding anniversary. This is also our initial offering in a series of monthly webinars as we tread the road to our 60th anniversary next year in 2021.
July 1st, 2020 is a day of celebration for the School of Library and Information Studies because this day is the 59th founding anniversary of SLIS. It is our school's birthday. Happy birthday, SLIS. Again, thank you very much for joining us today as we celebrate our 59th founding anniversary and welcome to SLIS Road to 60th celebration.
Today, we are very honored to have a renowned scholar and professor of journalism who is also a fellow ISCO, a Wickham-Wee kid from NTU, a well-admired mentor and colleague in the academic and journalism world, and a very dear friend of mine, an inspiring friend and idol to many people. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Edson Tandok.
Thank you so much, Ira, and thank you very much to UP SLIS. What we're tracking, some of the things that we're tracking, we're looking at news consumption patterns, where people are getting information about COVID-19.
Maraming salamat po. Thank you very much, Dr. Edson.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Napaka-high-tech ng UP SLIS.
Oh, diba? Nakarating po agad sa kanya.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Webinar Wednesdays. Today, we have a special treat for you, a lecture entitled Responding to Challenges, Transforming LIS Pedagogy. Our webinar will be led by two experts in the field of LIS education. We have Mr. Elijah John Darwan, a faculty member from the School of Library and Information Studies, who teaches our very popular LIS GE course, LIS 10, Information and Society. We also have our beloved Dean of the UP-SLIS, Professor Mary Grace Golfo-Barcelona, who specializes in archives and records management and is currently a PhD student of anthropology from the University of Manitoba. Thank you so much to our speakers today, Dean Mary Grace and Sir Eli.
Thank you po. Salamat po. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are fortunate to have with us three of our expert UP-SLIS professors of ICTs in LIS. Our first speaker is Professor Dan Anthony Dorado. Our second speaker is Professor Paul Jason Perez. Our third and final speaker is Professor Jani Sormieda. Now on with our three lecturers. Happy learning to all of us. Let me hand over the certificates to you. Get ready to receive it po, mga sir. Yan, o diba? Nandun na po sa kanila.
We're very fortunate to have with us 3 of our faculty members who are also in charge of student matters. Our college secretary, our graduate program coordinator, and our famous LIS 10 teacher. Our first speaker is Mr. Elijah John Darjuan. Second, we'll be having Professor Wina Therese Santos. And our third and final speaker is the current college secretary of UP SLIS, Assistant Professor Rhea Rowena U. Apolinario. Ito po ang certificates.
Yay! Thank you, PJ. Thank you, Dean.
Salamat.
Ay, wait, PJ. I
Yes,
think
po.
you gave me the wrong certificate. Ma'am Wina. Ma'am Wina, palit tayo.
Ay, sorry.
Palit tayo, ma'am. Yan, okay na.
Yan yung akin.
Opo,
Okay.
ito okay na po.
Ayan, yan. Sige.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the November edition of the UP SLIS lecture series. This is part of the hashtag Webinar Wednesdays offerings of the UP School of Library and Information Studies as we count down to our 60th anniversary next year. Our first speaker is the current College Secretary of UP SLIS, Assistant Professor Rhea Rowena U. Apolinario. Second, we'll be having Professor Wina Therese Santos or Ma'am Wina. And our third and final speaker is Mr. Elijah John Darjuan. Ma'am Rhea, let me give you the certificates.
Okay. Thank you, PJ. I'll get mine. Now I'll pass the certificates of Wina and Sir Eli.
Thank you po. Ngayon, yung kay Sir Eli naman. Sir Eli.
Thank you.
Our speaker is all the way from New York City. She's an associate professor and critical pedagogy librarian at the Mina Reese Library of the City University of New York, or CUNY. And truly, we're very happy to have her with us for this lecture. Let us welcome Professor Emily Drabinski.
So we'll just send it to you, Emily. So just wait for it in the mail.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Maraming salamat. Finally.
Thank you so much. Good night, everyone.
She loves cooking and trying out new food with her daughter. She is a mobile photography enthusiast and an early morning runner. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Ms. Rochelle S. Silverio. Now on with the lecture. Happy learning to us all.
Good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. Rochelle Silverio po ng pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Valenzuela Library.
Ito na po ang certificate niyo, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Salamat po ng marami. Thank you very much for having me this afternoon. And I'm really happy to share to you what I am really passionate about.
Attorney Rolly Francis Pioro is a human rights lawyer and a law professor. He's a former president of the UP Mountaineers. He's also a member of a student org in UP SLIS. He said that he just can't remember what specific org it is. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Attorney Rolly Francis Pioro. So, Attorney, ito po yung inyong certificate.
Thank you. Yan. Okay.
Okay, nakuha na ni Attorney. Okay.
Ang bilis ng LBC natin.
Oo.
Thank you,
Digital.
UPSLIS.
FYI, all of the title cards for this webinar series are courtesy of him. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome former Dean of the UP-SLIS, Professor Johann Frederick Cabab, or as we call him, Sir Igor. Now on with Sir Igor's lecture. Happy learning to us all.
People with the body of an adult, but the mind of a child.
Thanks, Evie. Evie is another one of my virtual assistants. She's an emergent virtual information evaluator. So, I don't know, get it? Aiden and Evie. I programmed them a while back. Ay, thank you very much, Sir Eli. Kaya lang medyo na-intercept nung Aiden at Evie. So, mamaya na kami magtutos. Mamaya ako na kukunin sa kanila. So, thank you. Thank you very much, SLIS.
Thank you, rin, sir.
This afternoon, we're very lucky to have an expert in medical librarianship to talk about consumer health information service. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Mrs. Jonah B. Encanto Arevalo. Hi, Ma'am Jonah. So, Ma'am Jonah, here is your certificate. Ayan po.
Okay, here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Again, thank you so much, Miss Jonah, and we wish you success in all of your endeavors. To all our viewers, thank you so much for joining us.
At present, he is a faculty member of the School of Library and Information Studies of the University of the Philippines, Diliman. Ladies and gentlemen, to talk about clinical librarians as essential partners of health frontliners, let us all welcome Professor Mark Anthony A. Santos. Sir Mark, thank you so much.
Maraming salamat po.
Ayan, ang bilis talaga ng mga certificates natin sa ating web. Instant, no?
Sige po, maraming salamat po sa opportunity na ito.
Library assistant and library consultant at St. Luke's College of Medicine. At present, he is a faculty member of the School of Library and Information Studies at the University of the Philippines, Diliman. Ladies and gentlemen, to talk about the IFLA Library Reference Model towards the new RDA, let us all welcome Professor Mark Anthony A. Santos. Hello, Sir Mark. Yes. Ito. Yan, nawawala siya.
Yan, okay po. So, nakarating. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, thank you very much, Sir Mark. Again, thank you, and we wish you success in all of your endeavors.
Ma'am Ira is a licensed librarian and she placed 4th in the 2005 licensure examination for librarians in the Philippines. She is currently the editor-in-chief of the Philippine Journal of Librarianship and Information Studies, formerly the Journal of Philippine Librarianship, the first and longest-running academic journal in LIS in the Philippines. Hi, Ma'am Ira. Our second speaker is Professor Dan Anthony D. Dorado. Currently, his research specialization covers applied informatics and digital scholarship. Hi, Sir Dan. Ladies and gentlemen, to talk about changing gears, qualitative or quantitative research, let us all welcome Dr. Ira S. Benrostro-Cabab and Professor Dan Anthony Dorado. Thank you so much, Ma'am Ira and Sir Dan. That wraps up our UP-SLIS webinar. Once again, this is Ina Teddy Santos, your host and moderator, wishing you all the best. See you next month for our SLIS at 60 anniversary celebration.
Grabe, no? Naka 1 year na pala tayo, Sir Eli. Itim pa ang buhok ko dyan. For our viewers, all of the full recordings of our webinar Wednesdays are available through our Facebook and YouTube channels at UP-SLIS. Sir Eli, ano ba yung pinaka-memorable na web for you?
Nako, pwede ba lahat memorable? Pero what made an impact on me, yung kay Sir Mark na webinar on clinical librarianship. Kasi yun yung isa sa may mga pinakamataas na engagement sa ating mga viewers. Some of the viewers even have health-related questions pa nga during the webinar. Worth mentioning din yung tropa ni na Sir Iggs at yung makukulit na virtual assistants na si Aidan at si Evie. And I'm very proud to work with you, to work with the SLIS faculty, and to showcase our roster of full-time and part-time faculty as webinar speakers. Ikaw ba, Sir PJ? Ano yung memorable sa'yo?
For me, nagustuhan ko talaga yung kay Attorney Pure because the topic is something that is very interesting and something that's related in my research. And also, na-enjoy ko din yung kay Ma'am Rochelle, yung tukol sa mga pagkain. I think that's very light but still very much related in our field. No? So maraming salamat po sa mga naging bahagi ng aming webinar Wednesdays. Well, this next throwback is something na memorable sa akin kasi I'm part of this series. This is actually just one of the 4 series that we produced starting last year. So this next throwback is called Faculty Room, and it aims to get to know our LIS professors in and out of the classroom. Please watch this video.
Ako po ay BLIS Bookcat Passer. No?
Kasi dati ang kasama ko, si Ma'am Nats.
Isang duly licensed librarian.
So yung earliest memory ko talaga of LIS was when I was 5 years old.
Kasama ako dun sa mga tumatawid sa Commonwealth Avenue nung mga panahon na nag-aaral ako.
Graduate ako ng BA Philosophy So, wala naghahanap ng philosopher. Dami-dami naghahanap ng librarian.
Magandang araw mga roomies! Welcome to
Faculty
Room!
Dito sa
Faculty Room! Ulitin natin yun.
Kahit magbilang kayo.
Magandang araw mga roomies! Welcome to
Faculty
Room!
So ito po, i-welcome na po natin ang ating mga guests dito sa
Faculty Room!
Faculty Room!
Faculty Room!
Ito lang sa Faculty Room!
Hindi natin nasasabi na tama yung Faculty Room.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sila dito sa Faculty Room!
Faculty Room!
I wish ako, sana magsabay-sabay kayo. Grabe, sabay-sabay talaga.
Never natin makukuha. Susunod na episode ng
Faculty Room! Yun, sabay-sabay na yan.
Pwede na yun, sir.
Pwede na yun.
Medical librarianship, clinical librarianship, hospital librarianship, at meron namin sa team leader namin which is yung neurointensivist, so health sciences librarianship.
Okay ka lang, Sir Mark. Pakainin natin siya ng spicy.
Pawis ko po, napupunta na sa mata ko, kaya para po akong lumuluha.
college management, digital humanities, digital scholarship, collaboration in high school. It must be true, it must be valuable, it must be practical. Break up.
Welcome to another episode of
Faculty
Room! Yay, sabay-sabay.
Please welcome Ma'am Rochelle Silverio.
Basically, ang tinuturo ko po ngayon ay LIS 114 at ang LIS 115, ang Children's Literature at saka ang Young Adult Literature.
So, Ma'am Rochelle, you have the floor.
Opo. Tapos, kaya ito po yung aking maikling kwento. Nasaan na nga ba?
Lalabas kami ng Diliman at pupunta kami ng Espanya. It's the Espanya. Abangan.
Sino para sa inyo ang in LIS?
Oh my God! Wait lang. Si ano? Hindi ba? Sorry. Wala akong... Si ano? Wala akong maisip eh.
Hello mga roomies! Magpapasko na! Welcome to Faculty
Room!
Please continue to watch all the episodes of Faculty Room and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hello mga ka-roomies! Salamat sa inyong suporta sa The Faculty Room at sana ay napasaya namin kayo sa gitna ng pinagdadaanan natin sa ngayon.
Hi everyone! Maligayang Pasko sa inyong lahat. Stay safe and stay strong. Stay healthy.
May the turning of your wheels be filled with love, joy, and happiness in 2021.
Dapat every episode,
Actually, kung mapapansin nyo po, yung buong episode, yung buong show,
Hindi ko napansin yun.
Isama natin yun, sir! Isama natin.
Trivia! Oh, isa pang trivia.
ay oo sir, mahilig po kasi sa Santa Claus yung nanay ko. Wait lang, dalhin ko dito, pakita ko sa inyo.
We feel it would be a great disservice to edit out a lot of the discussions which we feel are very insightful. A lot could be learned, so we decided to keep them in.
We hope you enjoy our first episode for the year, which also serves as our season ender.
Everyone, we're very happy and we're very glad to introduce Professor Michael Olson from the University of Technology, Sydney. Hi, Michael.
Hi, how are you all? And Happy New Year. University of Western Ontario in Canada, University of Tampere in Finland, Cambridge University in the UK, the University of the Highlands and the Islands in Scotland, University of Alabama in the United States. I've possibly forgotten some, but that gives you an idea. So my advice to any information researcher is that you have to start by assuming that you're not the expert, that the people that you are studying are the experts and you're there to learn from them.
G'day mate, how you going? All right?
Good day, mate. How you going? All right?
Chuck us a tinny from the esky.
Okay, so this is mine. Chuck us a tinny from the esky.
Chuck us a tinny from the esky. Do I have to say it like Gollum? Nikakalaki!
precious.
Maybe if someone asks you, Michael, how was your first online class here in the Philippines? And then you could respond by saying, nakakalurky. It actually means stressful.
Sir PJ, anong bang meron? Anong meron? What's the concept behind itong faculty room series natin?
Nako, nagsimula kasi yan nung panahon na tumatambay pa kami sa faculty room nila Sir Igor, nila Ma'am Maina. But to help me tell the story, let's invite one of the hosts of faculty room. May I call on the Zoom spotlight, Sir Igor?
Hi,
Hello.
sir.
Hello.
Sir.
Happy 60th sa atin.
Happy 60th sa atin. Sir Igor, maaari mo bang ikwento paano ba nagsimula itong faculty room?
Ang weird kasi yan eh. Ang tanda ko yan, I think Fridays kasi. Tayo Friday group kami sa Way Soler. So, the usual, nagugutom yata. I think si Ma'am na yata yun eh. Nagka-crave kami lahat ng makakain. So, nagpabili siya ng isang buong tray ng sashimi ba yun? Sushi sashimi. So, from there, nag-ano-ano na yan. Sabi niya, bakit maraming mga content creators? Dapat meron din tayo mag-content create. Pero yung puro kabulastugan lang. So sabi nila, pagkabulastugan, maraming manonood niyan. So yun, from there, naging faculty room. Pero trivia, kasi dati, hindi siya faculty room. Ang balak sana namin, faculty room with a K and an I. Pero baka ma-misinterpret nga daw na hindi taga-Philippines. Weird nga naman ng spelling. So, we decided na faculty room ang maging name nung web series natin.
Grabe, iba pala yung nagagawa ng gutom, ano?
Oo, ano.
May bagong mga idea dumarating kahit gutom. Sir PJ, for you, pwede rin kay Sir Igor, ano yung pinaka-memorable na episode na na-produce ninyo? Sir PJ muna siguro.
Sa akin, naalala ko yung kay Ma'am Priyan eh, kasi puro kami tawanan. Tapos ang daming mga footage na hindi namin magamit for the show. Kasi may mga nabanggit na pangalan. But it was really fun having her on the show. And I hope we can collaborate with her in the future. Ikaw ba, Sir Igor?
Yung sa akin, marami actually. Lahat ng natin, memorable lahat eh. Ang isang natatanda ko very well, yung kay Sir Mark. Yung kay Sir Mark kasi for one, yung kay Sir Mark, hindi ko ina-expect na kakain sila ng manghang na noodles tapos talagang naaanghangan tayo lahat. We didn't expect that. That's one. And of course, I think pinakita na din kanina doon sa video which was I think curated by Dridge yung kay Ma'am Rochelle. That was a very, very nice experience for all of us. Gumawa ng very short
on the spot.
Kids si Ma'am Rochelle. Then after a while, pinabasa niya sa amin din yun. We complete with feelings. Kaya that was what we came up with. And of course, tawa kami ng tawa talaga yung kay Ma'am Prian. As in, sakit na mga tiyan namin after that. Tuwan-tuwa ako dyan sa episode na yan. And of course, I don't know kung cringy siya, pero yung deepfakes ni Sir Dan. Sir Dan, that was one of my most memorable episodes din. Ang weird na nakikita mo sarili mo na nasa katawan ng ibang tao. And probably the last one, pinakamaraming views. Yung Christmas episode, I think, yung bago hindi pa puti ang buhok ni Sir PJ, yung naka-apron siya. yun.
Ako, nakakatuwa namang marinig na yung candid experiences natin, candid moments with the faculty are being shared to the world. Hindi lang tayo academics in the classroom or doing research, but also we have some fun moments in the faculty room. So, meron ba kayong mga plano? Baka pwede nyo sabihin sa amin yung mga secret ninyong plano. Baka meron ba in the future?
Abangan na lang po nila.
Abangan nyo na lang. Basta pasabog din yun. Basta tandaan nyo tong screen na to. Itong screen na nakikita nyo to. Yan. Isa sa mga yan.
Ayan, that's something na pwede nating asahan in the future, no? Abangan natin yan. Maraming salamat po, Sir Igor. Thank you very much.
Thank
Now,
you.
moving on to another throwback. Nako, this is also a special series kasi aside from the first online series from UP-SLIS, which started in May 2020, we also got to know some of the personalities within the archives and the records management field, while still learning a lot of archival concepts. So to our viewers, please enjoy this look back to our some of the highlights of For the Record.
Hello! This is For the Record, a new series of conversations among the Archival Studies faculty at the University of the Philippines School of Library and Information Studies. In each episode, we'll look at issues and experiences with records in our everyday life. I am Nathan Isip, and with me are fellow faculty members Bono Olgado, who is currently on study leave pursuing his PhD in the University of California, Irvine, and Dr. Ira Benrosto Cabab.
Our discussion on records and archives and power will be continued next episode as we relate the agency of records to identity. See you next episode. Hi everyone, this is For the Record, a new series of conversations among the Archival Studies faculty of the UP School of Library and Information Studies. So for this episode, we talked about the importance of records as forms of identification. And of course, just like any type of records, identification cards have limitations. Okay? And we also discussed the primary and secondary values of records. And at the same time, we tried to introduce the concept of records life cycle and records continuum, wherein the archivists and records managers should work together in the creation of records so that proper information would be captured or the needed information would be used efficiently. And also we talked about the categorization and classification that we're using as records managers and even as administrators as we use and fill out this identification cards. So hope to see you next episode, and that's it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hello, this is For the Record. I'm Nathan Isip, and this will usually be the point where I will introduce Bono and Ira to all of you. But as you'll notice, we are joined by two brilliant new people today. With me are Attorney Regine Estiliore, the legal officer of the UP Diliman Data Protection Office, and Professor Dan Anthony Dorado, an informatics scholar and faculty at the University of the Philippines School of Library and Information Studies. And hopefully, mas naging aware ang ating mga listeners on how to properly secure and manage this information.
Hello, this is For the Record. This is a very special episode as we celebrate International Archives Day. I'm Bono Elgado, and with me are my fellow full-time and faculty members. We have with us our Dean, Professor Mary Grace Golfo-Barcelona, Professor Ira Benrosto Cabab, the archivist for the Department of Foreign Affairs, Martin Julius Perez, former director, now retired, of the Congressional Library Bureau, and former president of the Society of Filipino Archivists, Ma'am MRA. So this is a loose translation of John Fleckner, who used to be the former president of the Society of American Archivists. He gave this speech during the 54th annual meeting of SAA back in 1990. Ito po ay isang loose translation in Filipino at aming contribution sa International Archives Week. At ito po ay sentimiento ng UP-SLIS Archival Studies faculty. And it reads, patuloy kaming namamangha sa kalakhan ng ambisyon at responsibilidad ng ating propesyon sa kabila ng kaliitan ng ating bilang. Sapagkat hindi tayo nag-iisa. Katuwang sa pagtugon ng ating mga adhikain ay ang mas malawak na komunidad na siya rin nating kinabibilangan. Ang ating mga kaalyado ay ang lahat ng nagpupumilit na maunawaan at protektahan ang nakaraan para sa kapakinabangan ng hinaharap. Sa ganitong malawak na pananaw, kasapi natin ang lahat ng mga nagpapanatili ng kultura sa material nitong anyo. Kasamahan din natin ang mga propesyon na patuloy na nagiging tapat sa integridad ng nakaraan sa kanilang interpretasyon nito. Ito ang kagalakang kaakibat ng pagsisinop. Kasabay ng pagkakaroon ng natatanging kasanayan ay ang pakikilahok sa pinakamalalim at pinakamakataong gawain, ang maunawaan at pangalagaan ang nakaraan sa ngalan ng hinaharap. Ito ang aming propesyon, isang propesyong may paninindigan, bukas palad at magiliw at may malalim na pagsasamahan. Kami ay umaasang malalampasan ng propesyon ang mga hidwaan, mayakap nito ang lahat na nagmamalasakit sa mga record ng kasaysayan, mailarawan natin ang interes ng publiko sa pagpapanatili ng talaan, at madagdagan natin ang pag-unawa at suporta ng publiko para sa mga adhikain ito. Inaanyayahan namin kayong lahat, na makabilang sa propesyong ito, makibahagi sa aming mga adhikain at matuklasan ang kahulugan ng aming mga gawain. Naghihintay sa inyo ang isang komunidad na puno ng pagkikipagkaibigan at kagalakan. Maasa kaming makikilahok kayo sa pagtahak sa landas na ito. Happy International Archives Day to everyone. Thank you again to Nathan Isip, Dean MG, Dr. Ira Bunrastro-Kabab, Martin Julius Perez, and the one and only Ma'am MRA. I'm Bono Algado, and this has been For the Record. For the Record is brought to you by UP-SLIS. Find out more about the school on our website at upslis.info. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe our channel for more fun conversations on archives and records. See you soon.
Hi everyone, this is For the Record. I am Ira Bunrastro-Kabab, and my regular co-hosts are not with me today. So today we have our current dean, Professor Mary Grace Golfo-Barcelona, hello. And we have our previous dean si Professor Catherine Lourdes Ubilla. And naman, itong susunod nating guest ay previous dean natin, former dean, Professor Johan Frederick Kabab. So today, we're going to discuss records and professional identity. So thank you so much, Dean Kate, Dean MG, and Dean Igor for this discussion. Please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hope to see you soon in our next episode. So thank you for watching, and see you. Bye. Bye.
Hello, this is For the Record. You all know I have been roster, my fellow archives faculty, and making a return is Dan Dorado, our digital scholar, and making a first appearance, but hopefully the first of many, is our digital humanities faculty, Janice Almeida. Again, I'm Nathan Isip, and this episode will be talking about the concepts of evidencing and trust as embedded in our perceptions of signatures and the act of signing. Next episode, maybe we can expand a lot more on talking about witnessing and the acts involved in creating a record, especially when the record itself is not what matters the most, but rather it's all about the symbolic act and the engagement and the statement you're making when you are engaging in those acts of negotiation and particular activities. And hopefully you can join us again for that episode. Hello, this is For the Record. Joining me again this week are Ira Bunrastro-Kabab, our archives faculty member, Dan Anthony Dorado, our digital scholar, and Janice Almeida, our digital humanities faculty. Again, I'm Nathan Isip. This episode is particularly relevant today as a lot of schools and universities are having their graduation ceremonies. So again, congratulations, class of 2020.
Congratulations!
Congrats!
Congratulations.
Wala akong sunflower dito, sayang. Congratulations. From the bottom of our recorded heart.
So to the class of 2020, congratulations. This has been For the Record.
Hi everyone, this is For the Record. Today we have another special episode and we talk about archives and memories. And of course, our guests for today are very close to my heart. We have our Dean Professor Mary Grace Golfo-Barcelona, our former Dean Professor Johan Frederick A. Cabal, Professor Igor Cabal, hello. And of course, our new University Librarian, Miss Elvira Lapus. So with that, thank you so much again. Marami pong salamat, Sir Igor, Dean MG, and Miss Elvia. I know you're all busy. My goodness, no? But you still find time to be in this episode despite the short notice. So marami pong salamat, and also for the things that you're doing for UPS SLIS and also for the entire profession as well. Thank you for all the hard work and the honor and excellence that you have been showing all these years. So mabuhay po kayo, mabuhay po tayong lahat. So thank you once again, and this has been For the Record.
Hello, this is For the Record. I'm Nathan Isip, and with me are fellow faculty members who are also really familiar faces in another one of our video series in our YouTube channel, Faculty Room. We have Professor Wayne Tui Santos, and we have Professor Paul Jason Perez, one of our ICT faculty and also an expert in freedom of information.
So everything is open. That will give us more confidence and trust to our government.
With that, I think it's a good start on talking about archives and democracy, but we barely touched the surface of participatory democracy, of records and the role they play in social justice and social accountability, of even participatory archives and community archives. And maybe those are some more themes that we can explore in future episodes. And hopefully we can invite you once again to the filming of those episodes.
Nako, may I just say, no, natutuwa-tuwa ako dun sa linya ni Ma'am Ira na from the bottom of our recorded hearts. Tama-tama sa For the Record. No? And I'm so proud that our archives faculty advocate for the worthwhile aims of records management and archiving. And let's now hear some behind-the-scenes stories from our faculty members, or one of our faculty members. Ma'am Ira Benrosco Cabab, would you like to join us on the Zoom spotlight?
Hello, Ma'am
Hello.
Ira.
Hi, everyone.
Ma'am Ira, can you tell us what are your favorite moments while making For the Record?
Siguro yung preparations, because well, as you said earlier, this For the Record is actually the first of the many series na ginawa ng SLIS. So when we were planning for this program, we were actually thinking, ako, si Sir Nathan, and other faculty members handling archival studies, ang ginagawa ay parang, sabi namin, parang gawa tayo ng webinar, pero hindi webinar. So parang gano'n. So we decided to come up with a conversation series. And I think memorable yon. Kasi yun yung parang sabi namin magsiset tayo ng something na parang pwedeng sundan din ng iba. And it's a conversation series, so it should be fun. Dapat should be fun na matututo din yung mga tao, yung mga estudyante, no, na kung ano nga ba yung mga important archival concepts and principles and how they can be applied to our everyday life. And yes, from the bottom of our recorded heart, talagang yun yung iniisip namin. How can we convey the message of archiving to everyone at mas maging interesado sila to the archival work. So yun.
Ma'am Ira, ano naman po yung pwede naming abangan mula sa For the Record or possibly mula sa buong Archives and Records Management faculty natin?
Madami. Naks.
Wow.
Madami. Ganun kami kaano na. Madami. Hindi lang dahil dun sa For the Record, we ended our season. Pero watch out for some surprises. Pero I think what we can promise ay siguro yung sa program itself na Archives and Records Management of UP-SLIS. As you know, I think we've been spreading the word already that we're preparing for this separate academic degree for Archives and Records Management. So this is going to be the first in the country, and I think siguro perhaps in the entire region din na. That's i-claim ko na, but I'm still doing my research Baka mag-claim tayo biglang di naman pala, no? But yeah, well, regardless of kung sino nauna o hindi, yung goal talaga ng UP-SLIS, we're really carrying it out through honor and excellence for 60 years, for more than 100 years of library education. So, yun, maraming nakahanda ang SLIS and also yung Archives and Records Management track o yung department, no, na tinatawag natin. Kiniklaim na natin yun.
In the future.
So just watch out for those surprises and for the opportunities that we'd like to offer to more people.
Nakaka-excite naman. Maraming salamat, Professor Ira. At salamat din kila Professor Nathan, Professor Bono, and
shout
team.
out!
Hello! And the rest of the Archives and Records Management faculty. Maraming salamat. I'm sure marami pa tayong abangan sa inyo. So, for our viewers, please watch out.
Oo nga. Fingers crossed din pala for the MARM, yung Master of Arts in Archives and Records Management natin na degree program. Kung meron tayong series from the ARM faculty, hindi rin naman magpupuhuli ang ating mga faculty members teaching our management courses. Coffee Break is a relaxed show about management issues within libraries and information centers over a cup of coffee. So for our viewers, join us as we look at some of the memorable moments with Professor Rhea, Sir Johnny, Sir Dan, and Sir Dridge.
All right, welcome to Coffee Break, Reflections and Conversations. I am Rhea Rowena Apolinario, your resident mama and tita.
Coffee Break is a relaxed discussion on management principles over tea, coffee, or any choice of drink. I am your tea buddy, Dan Dorado.
It is a virtual pantry where we meet our colleagues and friends in the LIC world. This is Johnny Stormiada.
And I am Dridge Reyes, your team representative. So stop working for a moment, grab your drink of choice, and join us, the management faculty members of SLIS, on a well-deserved recess. Join us on our
Coffee Break!
Hello po, hello sa lahat po ng mga nanonood ngayong hapon. Magandang hapon po.
Magandang hapon sa mga coffee break.
Hi, magandang hapon. Coffee break po muna.
So, to all of you listening, join us again next month as we discuss another important management topic and issue here in
Coffee Break!
Coffee
Coffee
Break!
Break!
Mine is a public library, so ang stakeholders namin is the general public.
Kasi sa amin, as much as possible, tama yung sinabi ni Sir Troy, we have to be proactive.
Kumbaga, mayroong mga diskarte, may mga name jobs kung minsan, para lang ma-meet mo yung needs. We want to satisfy our clients, kaya
na-realize nila that agriculture and fisheries, yun yung mga basic commodities. Farming.
Key takeaway ko dito is, you know your users. Utilize natin yung analytics.
Join us again next month as we discuss another important management topic and issue here in
Coffee Break!
Okay, ngayon naman ay imbitahin natin dito sa Zoom Spotlight si Professor Rhea Rowena Apolinario upang magbahagi ng mga kwentong coffee break. Hi, Ma'am Rhea.
Hello, PJ! Hello, Eli! Happy anniversary sa ating lahat!
Happy anniversary!
Hi,
Hello!
Ma'am Rhea. Paano po ba nagsimula yung coffee break po? Paano po kayo nagsimula na maisipang mag-coffee? Dati po ba nagko-coffee break kayo?
Madalas, actually, sa UP lang ako natutong magkape. No, at grabe kasi nakita ko rin grabe rin magkape yung mga faculty members, no, lalong-lalo na yung mga kasama ko sa coffee break, namely Sir Johnny. Sir Johnny, Sir Mieda, yun talaga coffee drinker. Si Sir Dan naman, nagkakape na rin, pero tea or minsan malamig na inumin. At saka si Dredge, tea body din talaga siya. Pero paano ba nagsimula yun? Kasi kami yung mga taong nagtuturo ng mga management subjects, no? Ma'am Kate also used to teach library management nung bago ako dumating. Pero napagtanto namin na ang dami mo kasi dapat ituro sa management. Of course, in the classroom, we can teach about the concepts, the theories, di ba? Pero iba rin kasi kapag naririnig mo yung mga actual experiences ng mga practitioners. So sila mismo yung nagpa-practice ng mga management concepts, 'di ba, na tinuturo natin. So doon nagsimula yon kasi kulang talaga ang kunyari LS 152 class natin, no. Kulang talaga yung mga natututunan din natin in the classroom, 'di ba? So kailangan natin talagang kumuha, which I used to do when I was teaching LS 152, and I think Sir Johnny also did that. Nag-i-invite tayo talaga ng mga actual practitioners, no, from the different types of libraries. So kung merong mga topic na magandang pag-usapan. So, ganun yung nangyayari, ini-invite sila. So, ganun yung gusto naming mangyari sa coffee break. So, monthly, pinag-uusapan namin, actually at the start of the year, bago pa yung aming first episode, umupo na kami nila Sir Dan at napag-isipan na namin kung ano yung mga topics na dapat i-discuss. Kasi tingin namin, yun yung mga pressing issues or concepts na dapat pag-usapan ngayon. So, as much as possible, we want that the whole Philippines is represented. So as much as possible, we have speakers from the different types of libraries and also speakers from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So yon, talagang gusto natin, inclusive siya.
Ang galing. Actually, Ma'am Rhea, isa yan dun sa mga inaabangan ko when I was still a student kapag nag-i-invite kayo ng mga guests from actually mga practitioners. So it's really nice that you were able to translate it in a web format na mas accessible sa nakararami. Ma'am Rhea, you have already invited a lot of notable people in the LIS field. Meron pa po ba kayong gustong or dream guest sa show ninyo?
Naku, marami, PJ, no? Ang aabangan nyo, iniisip na namin magkakaroon ng parang Coffee Break International Edition.
Wow.
No? So, mga connections natin, not only, hindi sa Philippines, so syempre abroad, so i-invite natin sila sa Coffee Break. So, nilalatag na namin yan, so abang-abang lang kayo, at syempre, laging may kape at tsaa.
Iba-ibang versions, no?
Oo nga, saya nun. Ito naman, konting insights lang no about the show. Sino po ba yung pinakamakulit dun sa mga co-host niyo?
Ako? Ay! Actually, cool lang yan eh. Cool. Si Sir Dan, alam niyo naman, zen na zen yan, di ba? Sir Johnny, cool din. Actually, ako yung medyo makulit. At saka si Dridge. Kasi kami yung minsan, si Dridge kasi in charge of editing, ganyan. So, every now and then talaga, ako in charge of, syempre, nalatag na namin yung topics, pero I'm in charge of inviting the speakers, the resource persons. Tapos, I also send them kasi gumagawa kami ng certificate of appreciation and also, nagpapaship kami sa kanila ng thank you card from SLIS. Coffee, ground coffee, Barako coffee, at pinapadalhan din namin sila ng UP SLIS coaster, limited edition. So, meron na kaming division of labor. So, laging ganyan yung ginagawa namin. No? So, kami talaga yung nagkukulitan. Pero nakakatuwa naman sila kasi medyo alam na namin, gamay na namin kung paano namin pinapatakbo yung coffee break. So, yung first episode namin, medyo kapaan pa. Parang, paano natin gagawin ito? Pero, as we go along, parang dumadali na siya. No? So, yun. So, may kulit naman kami lahat, in a way. Pero I think, kami ni Dredge yung makulit.
It's very good to know, no, Ma'am Rhea. No? Nakikita natin na yung management thing in you, parang it goes in the blood, ika nga. Naturally. Na lumalabas. Sa una, medyo may konting growth pains, pero nakuha nyo rin yung vibe. And, and we're very proud to have your episodes on our channel. I'm sure marami pa pong pasabog yung coffee break, Ma'am Rhea. Meron pa po ba kayong pwedeng i-tease sa amin? Like, what teaser can you give as to what we can expect from the upcoming episodes of Coffee Break?
So, aside from having parang international edition ng Coffee Break, mag-i-apron din si Dan.
Looking forward to that.
So, medyo i-tweak natin ng konti kung paano namin i-deliver yung coffee break. Yan. So, watch out for it kasi excited din kami lahat.
Wow. O, di ba, pwede ring gamitin yung management, sa management classes, yung mga episodes actually ng coffee break. Salamat ulit sa management faculty for producing Coffee Break. Salamat po, Ma'am Rhea. And to our viewers, please watch out kasi marami pa silang episodes na ipapalabas.
Maraming salamat. Thank you.
It's really nice to look back at what we have accomplished despite the pandemic. Kahit may pinagdadaanan tayo, kahit lahat tayo na nasa bahay, we still did our best so that we could produce more content and do our job. No?
I agree, grabe. And nakaka-proud din. So just to wrap up our throwbacks, let's look once again at some of the highlights of the UP SLIS online events.
Distinguished guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen, let us witness the entrance of Yagdon, class of 2020 of the University of the Philippines School of Library and Information Studies.
our recognition speaker for this year's UPSLIS Virtual Recognition Rights, IFLA President, Ms. Christine Mackenzie.
Good afternoon, everyone.
It is with great pride and honor that I present to you the graduates of 2020.
Hello, good day and welcome to the first joint webinar of the University of the Philippines School of Library and Information Studies and the Faculty of Information Management of the University Technology Mara. The first lecture by Professor Paul Jason Perez from UPSLIS is entitled Getting Data from the Web Scraping with Python. The second one by Dr. Farah Diana Saiful Bari of UITM is entitled Web Archiving. Again, thank you so much, Dean Grace and Dean Sohaimi, for making this joint webinar of UPSLIS and UITM possible. To our speakers, Professor Perez and Dr. Farah Diana, thank you for sharing with us your expertise in web scraping and web archiving.
Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to HQ 76.5 2020, a rainbow roundtable discussion on finding pride in the stacks. I'm Professor Bono Delgado.
Hello everyone, happy Pride. My name is Freeman Joy Cruz. You can call me Jang.
Hello, good afternoon everyone and fellow SLIS peeps. My name is Miko.
Good morning from The Hague. Good afternoon in the Philippines. I am Daryl.
One, two,
Happy
three.
Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Hi, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Nagpapasalamat po kami na nasamahan niyo po kami ngayong umaga sa ating SLIS Holiday Kapihan. Hello!
Ang higit na mahalaga ay sama-sama kayo, sama-sama ang buong pamilya, sama-sama ang pamilyang SLIS. Welcome to our year-end Kapihan and Merry Christmas to all.
So I will call now the SLIS SC members. So we have Arvin Ke, Einor Abad, Misty Vito, Jamie Lumba, and Ces Buenavista.
And if you have any other suggestions or questions, you can contact us at the Gmail, Facebook page, and our Twitter account.
Happy holidays!
Happy holidays!
Happy
holidays!
Ayun.
So, single ka po, Sir PJ?
First impression ko sa PLIS is that it's traditional.
Nung una kong natagpuan ng course, naisip ko talaga, di tutulong kung paano mag-organize ng mga libro rito.
So, how did I end up in BLIS? So, I dropped out of engineering. May nag-recommend sa akin ng SLIS.
So I did a bit of research and I came upon the course Library and Information Science, and it says that their students have the opportunity to become a librarian, to work in the medical field, to pursue law school, to specialize in an IT track, and many more.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Kapihan sa SLIS and welcome to the new semester. So to formally begin with the Kapihan sa SLIS, let us welcome our beloved Dean, Professor Mary Grace P. Golfo-Barcelona, as she gives us a welcome message and some updates regarding SLIS.
Ayun, yun lang po ang aking update sa inyo ngayon. 3 buwan pero punong-puno po na ng mga kaganapan.
Please remember that hashtag SLIS cares and that we are here should you need us. Please do not hesitate to get in touch with us. If you have any concerns, any questions, you can reach us through our official email, collegesecretary@slis.upd.edu.ph or admin@slis.upd.edu.ph. The SLIS SC as well can be contacted if you have any concerns. You can email them or you can contact them through their official FB page. With that, I'd like to thank you all for coming, for joining us this afternoon. Our faculty, our admin and library staff, the student council, and the student organization representatives.
Hello, good day and welcome to the 41st Gabriel A. Bernardo Memorial Lecture. This afternoon, we're very lucky to have one of the best persons to talk about libraries, information literacy, and democracy. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Dr. Maureen Henninger.
I am delighted to be here, and I'm actually rather overwhelmed with that wonderful introduction by you and by the Dean. Fantastic, thank you.
Our dear viewers, let us listen to Dr. Ira Benrosro Gabab.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, PJ, for that kind introduction. And hello, Maureen. Thanks for that wonderful talk.
So here are your certificates, Maureen and Ira.
Well, thank you very, very much. I will just put it up there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I will put it up on my bookshelf somewhere.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Asia Pacific iSchool event brought to you by the University of the Philippines School of Library and Information Studies and the Faculty of Information Management of the University Technology Mara.
I am Dr. Iliana Khairuddin, lecturer at UITM, one of your hosts and moderators this morning.
And I am Professor Ria Rowena Apolinario, a faculty member at the University of the Philippines School of Library and Information Studies, also a PhD candidate at UITM, your moderator and host for today.
I hope we'll all have a wonderful and fruitful discussion ahead today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for this event. My name is Lee Hong Zhu.
Kia koto, and thank you for inviting us to share our experience.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here and for listening, and thank you for the opportunity to share our experiences with you.
Hello, everyone, and a very good morning from Malaysia.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jia Yun Wang.
Hello, my name is Kingsley.
Hi, my name is Gideon, and this is my presentation of my research.
And that wraps up our event today. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you again in the future activities of Asia Pacific iSchools. A pleasant afternoon and stay safe.
Wow, ang dami rin nating nagawang online activities. Sir Eli, before we forget, aside from all these webinars and video series produced by our faculty, meron din ang ating mga students.
O nga pala, no, nakaka-proud that even though we know that they have faced tremendous challenges this past year, our SLIS students were able to produce this lecture series. So to our viewers, please watch this digital scholarship lecture series produced by our students with the guidance of Professor Dan Anthony Dorado.
Hi, I am Assistant Professor Dan Anthony Dorado. This mid-year, the School of Library and Information Studies is offering LIS 198, a course on digital scholarship. As part of our course output, we are conducting a series of lectures on how digital content, network distribution, and open practices are transforming scholarship. As champions of universal access to information, librarians and information professionals are primed to establish and lead this kind of programs in their respective institutions. Hopefully, this endeavor will create awareness among Filipino students, teachers, scholars, information professionals, and policymakers on the opportunity digital scholarship provides, and inspire them to cultivate a culture of openness, collaboration, and inclusivity. You can watch our lectures here on our official YouTube channel and our official Facebook page. We want to thank the Open University's Open Learn platform for providing the materials that we use in our class. Thank you, and we hope that you can be part of our advocacy.
So good day everyone, I'm Einar Abad and I'll be facilitating week 1 of the course The Digital Scholar from openlearn.edu. So the Digital Scholar tackles how network technologies are transforming all aspects of scholarly practice. Week 1 will give us an introduction to digital scholarship and give you the pertinent information regarding the course itself, so that you won't be lost when we tackle certain subjects later on. So before we get into digital scholarship, let's first talk about a vital component to its existence, which is Web 2.0. Because as you see, Web 2.0's difference from its predecessor, Web 1.0, made all the difference. What we need most right now is to equip ourselves with the knowledge about digital scholarship and be able to apply it. So that's all for this week. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to another LIS 198 webinar series, a series where we discuss and dissect the various concepts and aspects of digital scholarship and how they can be applied in how you approach education and research. My name's David Verai, an undergraduate student from the School of Library and Information Science at UP Diliman, and in this episode of our LIS 198 webinar series, we'll be discussing the concept of guerrilla research and its various use cases and applications. Here's Google Alerts, and this tool is going to be Medium. And I think Medium's a very underutilized tool, as this is datagov.ph. I hope that the websites I've shown you today are something that you can apply in your own research and something that you'll find useful later on.
Hi, I'm Paul Rondario from the University of the Philippines Diliman under Sir Dan Dorado. This is a webinar on integration and interdisciplinarity. Material is taken from Chapter 3 of the online course The Digital Scholar by Martin Weller, available at the Open University. To gain an understanding of how new technology and open access publishing can influence interdisciplinarity, blogs, according to Amer, Brazard, and Packet, are a form of personal knowledge publishing. One can use open journal systems, which are cheaper and easier than before. This week, we have looked at how digital technologies might become embedded in scholarship. And Hopefully, you can consider whether open access publishing can also encourage interdisciplinarity. Thank you.
Hello. Welcome to the next installment in the LIS 198 webinar series. Today's topic we will be discussing is public engagement, digital scholarship, and the long tail. My name is David Quiroga.
My name is John Calooy. What is public engagement?
The long tail. The long tail is a concept first written about by Chris Anderson in a blog for Wired magazine. Another platform we want to highlight is TED Talks. That is all for this topic on the long tail. Thank you for listening.
Hello, I am Diego Padilla.
And I'm Denise Garcia. We're going to discuss week 5 of the Digital Scholar. This week, we'll be focusing on the relationship between teaching, which is the last of Ernest Boyer's scholarly activities, and digital scholarship.
This week, we will be discussing the economics of scarcity and abundance in relation to the availability of resources.
Now we examine the implications of abundance with some existing pedagogies.
Because of all this, more content is generated and innovation is allowed to thrive.
Hi, welcome to another series of lecture brought to you by the LIS 198 class. I'm Betty Bell, and today you will learn some issues regarding recognition of digital scholarship and some methods by which digital practices might be valued alongside with traditional. However, publishing your article online in a blog-like practice may raise possible issues. Digital scholarship guidelines will help you set out broader criteria for assessing the quality of scholarly activity. The remaining methods will be discussed by my partner, Christine.
The next approach in recognizing digital scholarship is the use of peer assessment. This is what is really fascinating about the open digital network technologies. Not the technologies themselves, but rather what occurs as a consequence of their uptake by individuals. Thank you.
Good day. I am Justine Ducot. For today's lecture, my partner Ryan Canatuan and I will be discussing about the downside of digital scholarship. These extreme sides exist in every topic, even on the topic of technological use.
Hello everyone, my name is Ryan, and I'm the one who's gonna take over for the rest of this episode. And lastly, we have to strike a balance, or we have to weigh the pros and cons of whatever we do. And that is all. We thank you for listening.
More about the Digital Scholarship Series, let us invite in our Zoom Spotlight Professor Dan Anthony Dorado. Hi, Sir Dan.
Good afternoon po sa inyo at sa lahat ng ating viewers this afternoon.
Hey sir, ano pong masasabi niyo po na sa mga estudyante po natin na nag-produce dito pong Digital Scholarship Series?
I think na-mention mo na kanina yun. To be honest, they are nakaka-proud talaga. Kung matatandaan nyo, we did that during a midterm. So, very short lang yung time namin para mag-discuss and at the same time, makapag-produce ng mga ganong output. So, na-imagine nyo, we were still figuring out, not only them, but ako as the instructor, paano namin successfully mairaraos yung class habang nag-a-adjust din kami sa pandemic. And also, kudos din to them kasi kakaiba talaga yung class na yun. Kung mapapansin nyo, yung discussion namin wala sa synchronous class, nasa Twitter. yung mga paper nila nakapublish sa Medium, yung report nila nakapublish sa YouTube. Kasi it's a class about walking the talk. So kung pag sabing digital scholarship, kailangan open ka, kailangan ready kang makatanggap ng criticism. At the same time, it opens up for collaboration nga, for networking, and to be honest, I'm very proud of them kasi nairaos namin yung class na yung successfully.
Congratulations, Sir Dan, and also to your LS 198 class on digital scholarship. I remember, fina-follow ko talaga yan sa Twitter, yung mga nagpo-post mo na student. And very interesting yung mga ginawa lecture, short video lectures. It's something that we can also use in the future. I'm just wondering, Sir Dan, magkakaroon ba ng second season etong digital scholarship?
Oo naman, kasi nga sabi namin, isa sa mga na-discuss namin sa digital scholarship class noon was the concept of renewable assignments or renewable assessments. Yung hindi ka bibigalan ng exam, tapos after ma-checkan, pwede mo nang itago or pwede mo nang itapon. We talk about outputs na nanggagaling sa class kung saan pwede pa rin siya mapakinabangan ng mga susunod na magte-take ng course na yun. So yes, you can expect more of that. Especially, ang balita ko, you offered na rin siya sa graduate program. And last, I think ang isa pa sa pwede nating asahan ay yung challenge na binigay ko sa mga students after nung class na practicing digital scholarship is good. It's inspiring. Marami tayong magagawa dito. Pero may nakaakibat na pribilehiyo ang pagpapractice ng digital scholarship. Kailangan may hardware ka, kailangan may internet ka. You cannot be open, you cannot collaborate if yung basic needs mo ay hindi na satisfy. So the challenge is, how can we practice digital scholarship para naman dun sa mga taong walang masyadong privilege. So yun yung challenge ko sa kanila, yun yung something na kailangan nilang pag-isipan, and hopefully kapag practicing information professionals sila, ito din yung maging advocacy nila. So yun yung mga bagay na pwede nilang asahan in the future.
That's nice. And I've noticed some of those students, meron yatang graduating sa kanila, so I hope they really take this challenge. And by the way, aside from the digital scholarship series, please expect another student-led series. It's called Off the Record. This is from the guidance of Professor Nathan Isip. Hello, Sir Nathan. This is also another exciting series led by our students. So it's like a spin-off of For the Record, but this focuses on the students and how they learn about the archives and records management track of the UP SLIS curriculum. Sir Dan, meron pa po ba kayong gustong batiin sa ating mga viewers ngayon?
So obviously, we want to welcome everyone who is celebrating our 60th anniversary. Salamat po sa pagsama niyo sa amin ngayon. And I am very excited kasi sa wakas, magiging formal na ang pagsisilbi ng ating pinakamamahal na dekana. Something na aabangan natin later. So yung panunumpa ni Dean Mary Grace Golfo.
Oo nga, sir. Balik lang tayo sa DS, no? Let me realign the conversation again with the digital scholarship class. I'm very much interested. For the sake of our viewers din po, Sir Dan, can you tell us something, or can you, hindi naman define siguro, can you tell us or enlighten us about digital scholarship? Ano po ba yun? Although may nabanggit kayo kanina, sir, na konti. Pero for the sake of our viewers, what's digital scholarship, sir?
To be honest, every time na ino-open namin yung concept ng digital scholarship, yan yung unang palaging tinatanong sa amin, what is digital scholarship? So, digital scholarship is a fairly new idea because of the prevalence of the technology. So, it's an output because nagkaroon tayo ng capacity to do this. So, kung hindi nagkaroon ng mataas na computing power, hindi nagkaroon ng internet, wala to. So it's fairly new. We are still trying to figure out ano nga ba ang mga problems na pwede nating ma-solve using digital scholarship. Ano pa ba ang mga pwede nating gawin using digital scholarship? Ano-ano ang iba't ibang research na magagawa through digital scholarship? Ano-ano yung bagong pedagogies na lalabas through digital scholarship? So we are still figuring it out. We're still playing with this. And yun yung dahilan kung bakit is exciting siya. Kasi wala pang kasiguraduhan kung ano talaga yung definite form niya. So maybe ako, scholar pa rin ako, I'm still figuring it out kasabay ng mga estudyante ko. So when we are discussing digital scholarship, sabay kami natututo. And ang isa pa sa magandang thing about digital scholarship is I believe at the center of digital scholarship is the library. Is our profession. Kasi nga it's all about data and information, big data. So malaki ang magiging role natin eventually kapag nag-bloom din itong domain na to. So yun yung isa sa mga advocacy namin. Sana kumalat siya, sana mag-update, mag-upskill yung mga information professionals natin ngayon kasi isa to sa mga possible future paths natin.
Oo.
Nakaka-excite. I remember pinakita sa akin ni Sir Dan yung syllabus for that, and I'm also excited. This can also be taught collaboratively from by different perspectives, by different faculty members. So hopefully ma-institutionalize na din natin yung digital scholarship na course in the future.
At nabanggit nga rin ni Sir Dan, maraming opportunities na pwede nating i-exploit or pwede nating i-grab dito sa digital scholarship. Given nga na we are living surrounded by technology and surrounded by information. So Sir Dan, konting kwento lang, ano yung reception ng mga estudyante nung binigay mo yung task sa kanila na gumawa sila ng seminar or webinar in this time? Anong sabi nila noong una? Tapos anong nasabi nila nito ulit?
Konting backstory pa.
Sige po.
Hindi talaga dapat i-offer yung LIS 198 Digital Scholarship. Ang story nun ay isa sa mga estudyante doon sa class na yon ay dapat gagraduate na pero kulang pa siya ng isang LIS elective. So I think kinontak ako ni Ma'am Rhea, sabi niya, Dan, mag-offer ka naman ng isang LIS elective for the mid-year para lang makagraduate si ganito. So sabi ko, sure, walang problema kasi nga naman habang inaaral ko rin siya, might as well I study it together with some students para alam mo yun, magkaroon din naman ng different point of view. So na-offer yung LIS 198 Digital Scholarship habang nag-a-adjust tayo for the pandemic. And yun din yung isa sa kinatakot ko. Baka eventually mag-fail siya kasi nga ang daming memos, ang daming guidelines na nilalabas ng iba't ibang ahensya. But again, kudos to the students kasi one, they were excited coming into class. And yung siguro nakatulong na rin na naging requirement yung may nakalagay kasi doon during enrollment, kailangan may computer sila at internet connection sila. So day one pa lang, sinabi ko na sa kanila kung ano yung mangyayari sa class. And lahat naman sila were very open para i-accept yung challenge na hindi lang sa class natin mababasa yung work nyo, mababasa sa Twitter, mababasa publicly, mapapanood siya ng maraming tao. And they were excited kasi at the same time, kasi nagkakaroon sila ng accountability dun sa work nila. So pag halimbawa, nga naman, kapag if ever sinite yung video nila or yung work nila sa Medium, it's sila din yung ma-attribute, sila din yung masasite. So they are excited about that.
I like, sir, now na na-integrate mo yung pag-inculcate sa kanila ng values of being responsible with what they provide online. Kasi yun yung minsan nagiging hirap sa atin na if everything is interactive, everything is there. So minsan hindi na tayo nag-iisip kung ano yung pinopost o nilalagay natin online. So it's a good exercise for the students to have that awareness of whatever you put online, you can be cited or quoted with what you say. No?
Oo nga, and at least meron portfolio to present, di ba? If they want to, for example, start their career in the information profession or if they want to continue with their graduate studies, meron na silang work na pwedeng ma-present. So again, Sir Dan, maraming salamat po sa iyo and sa iyong class itong banggitin.
Huling shoutout, siguro hindi din maging possible yon without the help of Sir PJ, Ma'am Sonia, and obviously si Sir Bono kasi siya talaga yung nagdala nitong idea, nitong culture na to sa atin. So maraming salamat sa inyo. Di ba nanggaling pa to sa ating Digital Humanities class. And this is something na tinutuloy ko lang. So again, thank you very much.
Maraming salamat, Sir Dan. And I think that wraps up our throwbacks. And we are just moments away from our formal program. Pero before we do that, Sir Eli, bago tayo mag-start sa ating formal program, let us just hear personal stories from our fellow faculty members. Kasi this is a very important milestone, tong 60th year. I'm just curious, ano kaya yung mga nilulook forward nila now that we are on our 60th year? So may I invite again in our Zoom spotlight some of our faculty members, si Ma'am Rhea. Hello, Ma'am Rhea.
Hello.
And also Igor and Ma'am Ira. Hello. Ayan. So again, maraming salamat po for joining us. Now that we have reached our 60th year, what are the things that you're looking forward to for the school? Let's start with Ma'am Rhea.
Hello, yan. I'm looking forward to a lot of things. So, nabanggit kanina ni Ma'am Ira yung MARM and also marami pa tayo kasing projects in the pipeline. May mga programs tayong gustong gawin sa SLIS. No? Tapos yung building pa natin, andyan na. Talagang nakikita na natin. No? So, ang dami-dami nating dapat i-look forward to. And also, excited tayo dahil si Dean MG andyan, no, bilang dean natin at napaka-supportive niya sa lahat ng mga balak nating gawin. No, and it's really difficult then navigating during this pandemic, 'di ba? Pero parang napapadali, 'di ba? Parang gumagaan dahil siya yung nandun sa helm. So, ang daming magandang dapat abangan para sa SLIS. Kaya sa mga estudyante namin, magiging estudyante sa alumni at sa lahat ng buong community, maraming salamat sa inyo at makikita nyo talaga na ang SLIS mag-i-improve pa dahil nandyan kayo laging handang tumulong.
Salamat po, Ma'am Rhea. Kayo po, Ma'am Ira and Sir Igor, what are you looking?
Ako actually, at this point, I'm looking not too far in the future. What I'm looking forward to is yung magkita-kita naman tayo ng totoo na hindi tayo naka-Zoom. Di ba? Ako yun lang ang wish ko. Yun ang wish ko for the next couple of days, SEM siguro.
Siguro nagsasawa na siya na ako lang yung office mate niya sa bahay. So just imagine, everyday may faculty meeting kami. Pero yun, I think Ma'am Wina and Sir Mark are also experiencing that. Pero yun, nilook forward nating lahat. Ayun nga, yung face-to-face ulit, magkita-kita tayo. And for us to reach more milestones together. So we'll be seeing the same faces in the next coming years. And of course, more addition to the SLIS family.
Maraming salamat. How about you, Sir Dan?
Boodle fight.
Pagod na rin siyang kumain ng mga pagkain sa bahay. So, gusto boodle fight naman daw. Ayan.
Sir Dan? Kayo naman po. What do you are you looking forward to it na ngayon 60 years na po ang SLIS?
So yun, as a digital scholar, I am looking forward to more collaborations locally and internationally. This is something na nasimulan na natin nung panahon ni Dean Kate, and I really hope that this is something that we can continue on sa pamumuno at pamumuna ni Dean Mary Grace. Ang dami na natin nasimulan. I believe that we're just snowballing, and eventually we can be successful dun sa mga future endeavors natin.
Thank you so much, Sir Dan. Na nakakatuwa na we're 60 years in existence, and yet we're still looking forward to best days ahead in the future. Thank you very much po sa ating mga faculty members for sharing your stories and your time, your talents, and your knowledge on your the webinar series that we have, and the video series that we have in our YouTube channel. Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Rhea, Sir Igor, Ma'am Ira, and Sir Dan. Thank you very much po. And that ends our Balik Tanaw. In a few minutes, we will be starting our formal opening celebration of the 60th anniversary of UP SLIS. Muli, maraming salamat sa pagsama po sa aming pagbabalik tanaw sa nakaraang taon. Please stay with us as we celebrate another important milestone for our school. See you later po.
See you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the Republic of the Philippines.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulubig, di ka pasisihil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bukhaw, may dilagang tula, tawid sa paglaya minamahal, ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nakikinig, ang bituin at araw niyang kailan pag may di magdidihil, lupa ng harap ng walhati pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo, aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
And now, let us take a moment of silence to look back and remember our past colleagues. Let's watch a video tribute to those who were with UP SLIS in 6 decades of existence. Esteemed guests, colleagues, and friends, good afternoon and welcome. Thank you for joining us in this opening program of the 60th anniversary of the UP School of Library and Information Studies. This event is seen online via our official social media accounts on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and we're glad you can join us and celebrate this afternoon. I'm Elijah Darjuan, your host for this afternoon's event. To formally commence this momentous occasion, let us have our SLIS College Secretary, Professor Winifred Santos, for the opening remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. To all our distinguished guests present here with us today, all our friends, and all of our viewers, it's with great honor and pleasure that I welcome you to a very special event this afternoon, the opening celebration of the 60th anniversary of our beloved institution, the UP School of Library and Information Studies. It was on this day, 60 years ago, that the school, then called the Institute of Library Science, was founded. What followed was a long, memorable, and impactful history that has seen many changes but has remained committed to the philosophy of the university, honor and excellence, and public service. Let us take a trip down memory lane to be reminded of the reason of our celebration today. The first program in librarianship in the ASEAN region was introduced in the University of the Philippines as early as 1940. Although it was initially offered as an associate in arts, which later became a full bachelor's program under the College of Liberal Arts, this became a precursor to the independent degree-granting institution, the Institute of Library Science, or ILS, which was founded on the 1st of July in 1961, exactly 60 years ago. Back then, well, there were also other institutions offering courses in library science under other programs of studies like education. The ILS at the time continued to enjoy for several years the title of being the only academic institution that offered the BLS degree, thus producing graduates who were highly trained in LIS practices. Another milestone in the history of the school was achieved in 1991 when the librarian licensure examination began being required of all graduates of the LIS program. Graduates of the SLIS consistently top the said licensure examination continuously since then, making it a routine top-performing LIS school in the country. It goes without saying that graduates of the SLIS are highly sought after by different organizations, aligned not just in the field of librarianship, but in its allied fields, such as archives and records management, information systems, knowledge management, data management, and other areas. This only proves that the SLIS has continued to lead in the developments of the information field in the country. Proof of the tradition of excellence that the SLIS upholds, the school was awarded the Center of Excellence in Library and Information Science by CHED in 2015. It's the only COE, Center of Excellence in LIS education in the country. Alongside this recognition is the SLIS membership in the iSchools Consortium. The iSchools is a global organization composed of information schools worldwide that share the objective of advancing the information field and relate information, people, and technology. Given this, we are proud to say that we are not keeping still. The SLIS continues to strive for further improvement and development in its program offerings. At present, the SLIS is in the middle of proposing new graduate programs that will be, again, the first in the ASEAN region, once it obtains approval for offering in the university. Simultaneously, improvements in the current program offerings to accommodate developments in the field of information are being made. At the same time, a number of our faculty members are actively pursuing their doctoral degrees both locally and abroad. This is a move to further strengthen the faculty complement of the SLIS. We also have a growing library personnel and support staff who have been reliable partners of the faculty and students. On top of these, constant progress and growth, the entire SLIS community is looking forward to settling in its very own building, designed to be equipped with state-of-the-art facilities and laboratories that will support the requirements in the teaching and study of our continuously developing and very rich field. All this will help in achieving the school's aim to be at par with the best information schools worldwide. Hence, you can expect that more expansive programs that respond to the needs of the current information era will be offered in the coming years. Story of UP-SLIS, of it being a unit in the premier university in the country, looking at all those things mentioned previously, shows truly how our beloved school fits perfectly the role of promoting, fostering, nurturing, and protecting the rights of citizens to accessible quality education. Indeed, the School of Library and Information Studies has gone a long way. So as we travel further along the information highway, we invite you to take a break for a while and join us in celebrating the greatness of our institution and appreciate how it has contributed to the community, led the advancement of the field, developed excellent professionals, and helped in achieving the university's goal of nation building by developing a well-informed citizenry. Happy anniversary to UP-SLIS. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to Professor Santos. Now let's watch some 60th anniversary video greetings from several distinguished people in the LIS professions.
To the UP School of Library and Information Studies, my congratulations and best wishes as you celebrate your 60th anniversary and 60 years of excellent LIS education. May we continue to attract the best students and produce the best graduates who will take leadership roles in library and information profession. We may be experiencing greater challenges right now, but SLIS for sure will remain resilient and overcome these challenges and continue being the only center of excellence in library and information science education. Mabuhay ang mga taga-SLIS, ang mga faculty, ang mga students. Happy 60th year anniversary and onwards to more years of teaching and nurturing with honor and excellence. Congratulations.
Professional Regulatory Board for Librarians of the Professional Regulation Commission joins with fervor and good cheers the UP School of Library and Information Studies in the observance of its 60th founding anniversary with the theme Challenging Traditions, Embracing Innovations. The observance of this year's milestone with the onset of the month of July marks not just a celebration but an affirmation of the commitment to surge forward in many ways, fully embracing the reality of innovations. The tradition of excellence that the UP SLIS upholds ensures its graduates to be innovative and change agents. They are prepared for real-world challenges while also received grounding in professional ethics and values. They are trained to deal with the challenges of running and managing their library and information science programs in ways that remain competitive and viable. The growing faculty and staff members who are actively pursuing advanced studies and degree programs will certainly promote this school, and the massive shortage of LIS professionals in the country will soon cease to create a problem. As long as the UPSLIS maintains the integrity, determination, and commitment to its professional mission and values, I believe it will endure and thrive long into the future. Let's continue inspiring a connected library and information science profession across the world, which seeks to build pathways towards empowerment together. We salute the UPSLIS.
On the occasion of the 60th anniversary of UP School of Library and Information Studies, my heartfelt felicitations and congratulations. This is Emma Munoz Rey, BLS 73 and MLS 97. I entered UP in 1969, the time when ikot jeep was 5 centavos, jeepney ride to EDSA Kabuning was 10 centavos, and a bus ride to Quiapo was 30 centavos. A student's meal in the dining halls of UP can cost 90 centavos to 1 peso, and our favorite snacks of Magnolia chocolate drink and a chocolate cake was only 25 centavos. If your class is MWF only, you can survive with a 90 centavo weekly allowance. 1969 also witnessed the first man to walk on the moon. Gloria Diaz was crowned as our first Miss Universe, and Ferdinand Marcos was elected or re-elected as the Philippine president on his second term. There was Vietnam War and protests were all over. The Stanford News would describe 1969 as a turbulent year filled with demonstrations, sit-ins, etc. And UP students, just like today, were not far behind in their involvement in social, political, and community issues. Makulay yung mga panahon na iyon. Kasing kulay din ng panahon ngayon. Magkaiba lang ng intensity. Nagkaroon din or nagkaranas din kami ng disruption ng mga classes noong magkaroon ng suspension of writ of habeas corpus noong 1971 at idineklara ang martial law noong 1972. Sa atin namang minamahal na paaralan, my way of paying tribute to our mentors. We were ILS, Institute of Library Science. Our dean was Dr. Ursula G. Picache, and our teachers were Dean Erminia H. Santos for Introduction to Library Science, Cataloging 1 and 2, Research Methodology, and Practicum. Dean Rosa M. Vallejo for History of the Book, Reference Services 1 and 2, and Children's Literature. Dean Picache for Book Selection and Acquisition, Daisy B. Atienza for Library Administration, and former University Librarian Belen B. Angeles for Special Libraries. You will notice that there were no IT subjects then. Yung batch naming 1973 ay isa sa may maraming nag-graduate. Maybe 6 to 7, BLS and MLS combined. At noon din, sa kaliitan ng mga klase, magkakahalo ang undergrad at graduate students sa isang subject. So, from ILS to SLIS, ang layo na talaga ng narating natin. Mas maraming subjects, mas maraming estudyante, mas maraming guro, at isang rason ng selebrasyon natin ngayon, may sarili tayong building. During this occasion, therefore, let us not forget the men and women who have made UP SLIS into what it is now. Our mentors, administrative staff, our graduates who have spread the good name of UP SLIS in their respective careers, our students and SLIS family. Congratulations to the collective leadership of Dean Mary Grace Golfo-Barcelona, former deans, Dean Igor Kabab, Dean Kate Obille, and all the faculty and staff. Noteworthy are your programs and advocacies during this COVID-19 pandemic, and thank you for being a strong voice on political, social, and professional issues. Continue to be the center of excellence in LIS education. Mabuhay ang UP SLIS. Maraming salamat.
It is with honor and pride to be part of the University of the Philippines School of Library and Information Studies for the past 40 years. I am a proud alumna and faculty member. SLIS is the oldest library school in the Philippines, dating back to 1914, when the first courses in library science were offered under the then College of Liberal Arts. It was later on upstretched to university level, offering a 4-year curriculum. Founded in 1961 and now celebrating its diamond or 60th anniversary, I can only look back to the early times of my career as a librarian. SLIS has always been a huge part of my journey, passion, and love for the profession. Cheers to the more years of not only challenging traditions, but reintroducing them to the new generation of library professionals. And cheers to more years of not only embracing innovations, but creating opportunities to information specialists. Mabuhay and happy founding anniversary to SLIS. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat at just like Professor Arlante, I'm very honored and I wish to thank all for giving me this opportunity to participate in the commemoration of the Diamond anniversary of this premier library school in the country. Notice that I use the word commemoration, not celebration, because commemoration includes or comprises not only a simple celebration, but also messages of appreciation, recognition, achievement, personal narratives that will resonate more with our participants in this celebration, in this important milestone of the UP SLIS that has lived through changes in its name, from Department of Library Science attached to the University Library and previously as part of the College of Liberal Arts to Institute of Library Science, then Institute of Library and Information Science, to its current name, UP School of Library and Information Studies. This name changes or shifts reflect how well the administrators, the faculty, the staff, and students of this school are attuned to the rapid developments of information and library studies. They are quick to embrace these developments as evidenced by continuous course evaluation, revisions, additions, etc., that will ensure a curriculum that is able to produce competent professional librarians. The number of full-time faculty members, mind you, during my time, it was only 3 full-time librarians, Professor Vallejo, Dr. Picazzi, and Professor Herminia Santos. No? Professor Dr. Picazzi was the dean, and the 2 others alternated as college secretary. Of course, we have lecturers, the likes of Daisy Atienza, Namnama Hidalgo, sino po ba? Si Mrs. Arupo Buenviaje, and sino po yung naging teacher ko? These are our si Mrs. Tan, Filomena Mercado Tan, si Miss Dimalanta, and others, but they are also experts in their fields. They are members of the staff of the university library. These faculty members have been very dedicated in their work, and later on, we have increased it to presently we have 14, 14 full-time faculty members, and a lot of lecturers coming from the field or from the staff of the University of the Philippines Library. And you see, this increase is in response to the increasing number of enrollees in the school. Indeed, the UP-SLIS leads and carries on with upholding or raising the level of excellence of LIS education in the country, even without the recognition of Center of Excellence awarded to it by the Commission on Higher Education. Indeed, there is a reason to commemorate, as we have done and continue to do our best to produce capable professional librarians, to be at par with institutions and within or outside UP, and continues to perform our tasks the best we can be. Congratulations, everyone, and I wish to conclude this greeting with an adaptation of the UP cheer song, Push on UP. Alam niyo yung kantahin yan? So here goes. Push on UP SLIS and go into lead. Push on and strive. May words and deeds keep you in the lead. Push on to greatness with all your might. Loyal and true, we are always with you. Push when the task goes hard. From north to south, east to west, we know you are the best. Push on and rise. Thank you very much.
To the UP School of Library and Information Studies, my congratulations and best wishes as you celebrate your 60th anniversary and 60 years of excellent LIS education. May we continue to attract the best students and produce the best graduates who will take leadership roles in library and information profession. We may be experiencing greater challenges right now, but SLIS for sure will remain resilient and overcome these challenges and continue being the only center of excellence in library and information science education. Mabuhay ang mga taga-SLIS, ang mga faculty, ang mga students. Happy 60th year anniversary and onwards to more years of teaching and nurturing with honor and excellence. Congratulations.
We are very fortunate to have a distinguished guest this afternoon. To introduce him to us, let us have one of the faculty members of UP SLIS, Professor Rhea Rowena Apolinario.
Thank you, Eli. Our guest speaker is the 11th Chancellor of the University of the Philippines, Diliman. He devoted his whole life to the university. He grew up in Diliman and is considered to be a campus kid.
Yes,
Campus kids, according to Paul Encarnacion 2020, a longtime friend of our speaker, and also one of the campus kids back then, are the children of UP faculty and staff who made the Diliman campus their world, playground, and laboratory. In the same article entitled The Fidel Nemenzo I Know, Growing Up with the Recently Appointed UP Chancellor, published last February 7, 2020 at news.abs-cbn.com/ancx, Paul Encarnacion mentioned that although they live from different areas in the campus, they both enjoyed running, ping pong, music, math, and the outdoors. They were also both in the high school track team and enjoyed doing thrill-seeking activities like climbing to the top of the Quezon Memorial, biking around the campus, and playing frisbee in the sunken garden. They were also good guitar players, so they spent many hours at each other's houses playing and singing songs from the Beatles, Simon and Garfunkel, James Taylor, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and other acts from this era. Paul Encarnacion further stated that, and I quote, "From these sessions, I could see that Fidel was foremost a critical thinker. He obviously was also conscious of social issues and activism as a result of his parents' experiences and background, demonstrating a strong empathy for others. He would always shun dogma, wanting to discover and learn things himself. To this end, he was a voracious reader and learner and a romantic." End quote. Those stories about Chancellor Nemenzo growing up are the stories that only a few of us in the UP Diliman community know. But these stories molded the Chancellor Fidel we know now. Chancellor Fidel obtained his bachelor's degree in mathematics in UP Diliman and his master's of science and doctor of science degrees from Sophia University in Tokyo. He obviously loves math. Well, this college loves books. I just want to say that. His research areas are number theory, elliptical curves, and coding theory. Prior to being the chancellor, he was the vice chancellor for research and development from 2014 to 2020. It was also during this time that I personally encountered Chancellor Fidel. He represented Chancellor Michael Tan during the UP-SLIS recognition program for our successful examinees in the librarian's licensure examination in 2015, where I was the college secretary. I can still vividly remember the reactions of our students and some faculty members and staff upon knowing that Dr. Fidel Nemenzo will be delivering an inspirational message. They were ecstatic, smitten, and kilig. They were telling me their classes with Dr. Fidel and how great he was as a teacher and how cute Dr. Fidel is. Dr. Fidel's message at that time was, I think, drowned with the attendees' excitement of him being there on the third floor of the UP Diliman main library. The picture taking with Dr. Fidel were obviously met with squeals and beaming smiles. Immediately after the event, former Dean Professor Kate Abilia and I cornered Dr. Fidel and put forward our agenda. Don't ask me what the agenda was, for I totally forgotten what we talked about. All I remember was that Mom Kate and I were very pleased with that ambush conversation with Dr. Fidel. In some EXICOM meetings that I happened to attend on behalf of Mom Kate, Dr. Fidel happened to be there as well. Every time the topic concerns his office and concerns numbers, his face lights up. Difficult explanations of some numeric concepts became so easy to understand. At the time, I understand what our students were telling me during the recognition program in 2015. Dr. Fidel is truly a distinguished teacher, having received the Gawad Chancellor para sa natatanging guro in 2005 and the Achievement Award in Mathematics from the National Research Council of the Philippines in 2013, among others. As the 11th Chancellor of UP Diliman, he champions an inclusive, diverse, and public service-oriented UPD. With the novel coronavirus welcoming him in the beginning of his term as Chancellor, he remained to be steadfast and committed in leading the whole UP Diliman community in confronting the challenges that the pandemic brings. He also maintains that UP will not back down from asserting academic freedom in the face of the unilateral termination of the D&D Accord, and that UP continues to be a safe haven for civilized and intelligent discourse and has no place for intolerance, bigotry, and red tagging. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to present to you our guest speaker, our very own Chancellor of UP Diliman, Chancellor Fidel R. Nemenzo.
Thank you. Thank you, Raya. Pwede ba akong host? Pwede ba akong mag-share ng slides? What do I do? Can I share now?
Yes po. Thanks po.
Can you see my slides?
Yes po, confirming po.
Okay, what do I do? Magandang hapon sa lahat. Hello, Dean Grace, Dean Kate, Dean Igor, Ma'am Sally, hello po. At my colleagues in UP, co-faculty members and friends. No? Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Today I want to share some thoughts and memories about SLIS, the library and the university. No? First of all, I want to greet the School of Library and Information Studies a happy 60th birthday. You know? Ang ganda sana if we could have had this event in the new building of the school, or better in the main library. You know? After all, today we're celebrating history and tradition. This has been a most busy week, but this is an invitation that I cannot say no to, because today's event celebrates an institution and a discipline that has a special place in my heart. You know, long before the Institute of Library Science was created in 1961, UP has been offering a degree course in library science with the Department of Library Science of the then College of Liberal Arts. No? Ang lola ko po, my grandmother, Catalina Alfafara Nemenzo, received her library science degree in 1930. At that time, the Department of Library Science was headed by Professor Gabriel Bernardo. My lola spent her entire working career in the UP Library, you know? From graduation to her retirement in 1969, you know? Cataloging and writing volumes and volumes of bibliographies. No? Karamihan po ng mga books niya, mga bibliography na inaanay na. Pero recently nakahanap kami ng ilang hindi pa inaanay. You know, my childhood was spent in the company of books. Because of the library my grandmother helped build at our homes. No? These are some of the books that are now back in our hometown in Pinamungahan, Cebu. Growing up in UP Diliman during the 60s, my friends and I used to romp around and explore every building. We'd walk through every corridor on campus. The UP main library, however, was only for grown-ups and off limits to us kids. But I had special access to its offices because of my librarian grandmother. When I entered college, I finally could enter the library legitimately as if I was always drawn to the library by, of course, the majestic stairs up to the entrance, and perhaps the smell of old books. In the UP's main library, I discovered books and ideas that shaped that stage of my life. Bertrand Russell, Thomas Hardy, Borges, Simone Weil, Thomas Kuhn, Henry David Thoreau. There were also the math books. I remember walking through the library's rows of bookshelves with giddy excitement. So little time and so much to read. Nung panahong yon, well, QA for me was not quality assurance, because we always, now in the university, we always talk about QA. QA were the letters on book spines that signified mathematics under the Library of Congress classification system. Libraries are central to the life of a university, because libraries help cultivate the culture of reading and learning, the love of books, which are, of course, at the heart of what universities do. We create knowledge, we teach, we learn, we disseminate knowledge. While I recognize the magic of books in digital form, and and part of the work I do as a mathematician is really study the mathematics involved in translating information in digital form. While I recognize the magic of books in digital form, I'm still very much a traditionalist. I love books as objects, as tactile things you can hold in your hand, you can smell, you can share with your friends. You can doodle and write on them. You can insert bookmarks into your books. However, the library, as my generation knew it, has been at an intellectual, cultural crossroad for some time now, and faces the challenge to adapt to the times. The discipline of library science, now library and information studies, the study of the organization of knowledge, has seen rapid and disruptive changes in recent decades, because information technology is changing not only modes of production, the production of knowledge. It is changing the ways we organize, we curate, we manage, we disseminate, and we preserve knowledge. As students, teachers, and practitioners of library and information studies, you are aware of the dramatic shift from traditional library science to modern library practices that are heavily based on computers, information science, and Industry 4.0 technologies. We are still in the midst of this transition, because in our university, we see this gap, perhaps a generation gap among librarians, among users of the library, between millennials who are comfortable with digital screens and traditionalists like me who prefer to hold a book in their hands. It is a continuing challenge to navigate this transition from the old to the new, and striking the balance between tradition and modern ways. In the university, senior scholars and academics whose formative academic experiences were formed within physical libraries are now working and dealing with new generations of students and scholars whose experience is that of an online digital world. We're dealing with a generation of students with a different wiring in their brains. We may find ourselves in situations, as an administrator, situations such as budget planning or staff performance evaluation. These are situations where we look at issues from different sets of assumptions, and we obviously need to be aware of and address these gaps. The library of today is now working closer with disciplinary communities. Some collections have been transferred to colleges with their own specialized libraries. In the midst of increasing specialization, I argue that central libraries, like our general education program, are of continuing importance. Kasi sa mga central library, we can walk through the collections, discover authors and books not from our disciplines, but who offer new and refreshing insights and perspectives. We need to provide the spaces where the disciplines can meet, where interdisciplinary perspectives are encouraged and strengthened. And here, we should not lose sight of the big picture. We need to modernize. We need to embrace innovation and technologies. But more than just new technologies and platforms. I hope the school can help us continue cultivating a research and reading culture that is inclusive and interdisciplinary, and promote the library as an important sanctuary and a temple of learning. The internet and the digital world cannot replace the library, you know, as a cultural gathering place that celebrates the life of the mind. The library, I'm talking in both figurative and metaphorical sense, the library remains central to the university. It is a sacred ground. It is a place for restoring wholeness, for fostering engagement, imagination, and compassion in both students and teachers. Ultimately, the library is a symbol of the university, its values and practices. The library is the physical manifestation of the ethos of scholarship and service that we wish to promote in the university. You know, in another occasion, I'd like to discuss other issues that SLIS should be part of. I'll mention some of these. For example, the proposed PhD in data science program, issues such as intellectual property and copyright versus intellectual freedom and access, scholarship metrics, the rise of fake news, predatory publications, Wikipedia, open source platforms, open data policy, and Industry 4.0 technologies such as AI, machine learning, and library science. Marami tayong kailangan pag-usapan. But we will find the time and opportunity to discuss this. But in the meantime, again, I'd like to greet all of you. Happy anniversary, SLIS. I really look forward to working with you in strengthening your discipline and the overall culture of learning in our university. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat.
Thank you very much, Chancellor Nemenzo.
How do I stop share?
Maraming salamat po, Chancellor Nemenzo. At this point, we will be having a very short break. Please stand by for the continuation of our 60th anniversary opening celebration of the UP School of Library and Information Studies. We shall now move on to a historic portion of this afternoon's affair. May we invite the Chancellor of UP Diliman, Dr. Fidel R. Nemenzo, for the affirmation of Professor Mary Grace P. Golfo-Barcelona as the 10th Dean of the UP School of Library and Information Studies. Mahal na Chancellor Nemenzo, maaari na po tayong magpatuloy.
Salamat, tinatawag ko si Professor Mary Grace P. Golfo-Barcelona, katuwang na profesor ng UP Paaralan ng Aralin sa Aklatan at Impormasyon. Dean Grace, nandiyan ka na ba? Sa ngalan ng lupon ng mga rehente, ako, Fidel R. Nemenzo, Chancellor ng Universidad ng Pilipinas Diliman, ay pinagtitibay ang paghirang sa iyo, Professor Golfo-Barcelona, bilang ikasampung dekana ng paaralan ng Aralin sa Aklatan at Impormasyon.
Ako, si Profesora Mary Grace P. Golfo-Barcelona ng UP Diliman, na hinirang sa katungkulan bilang dekana ng paaralan ng Aralin sa Aklatan at Impormasyon, ay taimtim at taus-pusong pinagtitibay, natutuparin ko ng buong husay at katapatan sa abot ng aking makakaya ang mga pananagutan ng aking kasalukuyang posisyon at ang iba pang iaatas sa akin sa ilalim ng Republika ng Pilipinas na aking itataguyod at ipagtatanggol ang konstitusyon ng bansa na tunay akong mananalig at tatalima rito. Nasusundin ko ang mga batas ng Republika at mga alituntunin ng Universidad ng Pilipinas na kusa kong babalikatin ang mga pananagutang ito nang walang anumang pasubali o hangaring umiwas. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po, mahal na Chancellor Nemenzo. Distinguished guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Mary Grace P. Golfo-Barcelona, the 10th Dean of the UP School of Library and Information Studies.
Salamat po.
Again, let us now hear Dean Mary Grace for her affirmation address.
Maraming salamat, Elijah, at magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Isang napakalaking karangalan na maitalaga bilang ikasampung dekana ng paaralan ng Aralin sa Aklatan at Impormasyon o SLIS. Maraming salamat, Chancellor Nemenzo, sa pagtitiwala. Nais ko ring magpasalamat sa aking mga kasamahang guro sa SLIS, lalo na sa aming dating dekana, Kathleen Lourdes Obille, na hindi nag-atubiling i-endorso ang pagtatalaga sa akin bilang kahalili niya sa pagkadekana pagkatapos ng 6 na taon na napakatagumpay niyang pamamahala. Nagpapasalamat din ako sa mga kawani ng SLIS sa patuloy na suportang ipinamalas nila mula sa unang araw na mahirang akong dekana. At higit sa lahat sa mga mag-aaral, mga alumni, mga kaibigan, at ang kabuuan ng komunidad ng SLIS. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat sa inyong pagtitiwala. Bagaman hindi inaasahan ang pagkakaantala, wala nang hihigit pang karangalan na maitaon nito sa ika-6 na pong anibersaryo ng SLIS. Isang napakahalagang pagdiriwang na sumasalamin sa isang tradisyon ng kauna-unahang kolehiyo sa Aralin sa Aklatan at Impormasyon sa malayong silangang Asya. Hindi inaasahan. Mga katagang malimit na nabibigkas ngayong panahong ito. Hindi inaasahang lockdown, hindi inaasahang pagtransisyon mula sa tradisyonal na pagtuturo papunta sa online o hybrid o synchronous o asynchronous na paraan. Hindi inaasahang pagkakasakit o pagpanaw ng mahal sa buhay. Hindi inaasahang paghihiwalay o abrogasyon. At mayroon din namang hindi inaasahang pagbabalik. At marami pang hindi inaasahang pangyayari sa loob ng mga nagdaang mga buwan. Datapwat naging sanhi ito ng pagkabagabag ng ating mga damdamin at isipan. Bukas at buong puso natin itong tinanggap, kagaya ng isinisimbolo ng bantayog ni Paring Oble. Nabukas sa pagdaloy ng mga kaalaman, pagsubok, at karanasan na higit na nagpapatibay sa atin upang maging matatag at lumalaban sa pagtahak sa landas ng buhay. Kabilang na rin sa mga hindi inaasahan ay ang aking pagiging dekana. Alam kong sasang-ayunan ninyo ako sa pagsasabing ang mga isko at iska ng bayan ay sadyang naghahangad na makapagsilbi at makapagbalik pasasalamat bilang bayad sa ating mahal na universidad at mahal na bayan. Nais natin na sa pamamagitan ng ating munting kakayahan, maipahayag natin ang ating malalim na pagpupugay dahil sa edukasyong nakamit na siyang nagbibigay sa atin ng oportunidad na payabungin ang ating buhay. Naalala ko nang una akong pumasok sa pasilyo ng noon ay ILS pa lamang. Nag-aatubili akong lumapit sa dati noong kalihim ng kolehiyo, si Professor Johnny Benrostro. Dahil sa pangambang hindi ako tanggapin dahil sa matagal kong pagkaawol sa aking pinanggalingang kurso. Ngunit walang pag-aatubili akong tinanggap at binigyan ng isa pang pagkakataon upang makabalik at makapag-aral sa UP habang naghahanap buhay bilang isang student assistant. Natatandaan ko rin kung paanong sa pagitan ng aking mga klase ay nag-aalok ako ng kending sampalok o pulburon na sarili kong ginagawa at kung ano-ano pang pagkaing maibebenta upang ako ay magkaroon ng pambili ng Blue Book at pambili ng kung anumang kailangan sa pag-aaral at para rin sa makakain sa araw-araw. Hindi naging madali, ngunit sa tulong at suporta ng mga kaguruan at empleyado noon ay ILS at mga kaibigan at kaklase, nakapagtapos din ako ng aking pag-aaral at siyang naging daan upang ako ay makapagtrabaho bilang isang college librarian, special librarian, library consultant, records manager, at archivist sa iba't ibang pampubliko at pribadong institusyon. Ang aking karanasan bilang records manager ang naging susi upang ako ay muling makabalik sa SLIS nang maimbitahan maging part-time lecturer ng dating dean ng SLIS na si Professor Kabab. Halos 10 taon nang nakakaraan hanggang ako'y maging full-time faculty na. Sa ganang akin, ang aking pagkakatalaga bilang dekana ay isang paraan upang ako ay makapagsilbi at maiparating ang taus-pusong pasasalamat at pagpupugay. Kalakip, sa pasasalamat na ito, ang aking hangaring maitaguyod ang kahalagahan ng ating disiplina kaugnay ng kasalukuyang mundo ng impormasyon, kung saan isang matatag na sandata ang pagkakaroon ng tama at tumpak na impormasyon sa lahat ng pagkakataon. Kaugnay nito, ilan sa aking mga adhikain ay higit pang pagpapalawig ng mga kursong iniaalok ng SLIS. Ang pagtatatag ng dagdag pang espesyalisasyon, sakop ng disiplina ng impormasyon, at linangin sa mga mag-aaral ng SLIS ang mapanuri at kritikong pamamaraan ng pagsuri at pagkalap ng di mabilang na impormasyong mabilis na lumalabas sa iba't ibang makabagong platapormang teknolohiyal. Isa rin sa ating adhikain ang pagpapalawig at pagpapatibay ng ugnayan ng SLIS sa kanyang komunidad at sa mga disiplinang may kaugnayan sa disiplina ng edukasyon sa aklatan at impormasyon. Ilan sa mga bagong programang kasulukuyang
isinusulong ay ang pagkakaroon ng Master of Arts in Archives and Records Management at ang Master of Science in Information Science. Kabilang na rin sa adhikaing ito ang pagpapanday at pagpapalawig pa ng ugnayan ng SLIS sa kanyang mga mag-aaral, mga alumni at mga kawani sa pamamagitan ng bukas na komunikasyon, maagap na pagtugon sa mga pangangailangan at pagkalinga upang matiyak ang mabuting kalagayan ng kanilang isip, damdamin at pangangatawan. At kung hinihingi ng pagkakataon, ay ang akayin sila kung kinakailangan sa kanilang paglalakbay sa buhay. Maging ito man ay may kinalaman sa universidad o sa ibang bagay man. Isa rin sa napakabigat na tungkulin na naging kaakibat ng aking pagiging dekana ay ang pamunuan at tiyakin na makaigpaw sa mga hindi inaasahang pagbabago sa mga nakagawian o tradisyonal na proseso at kaalaman sa professional patungo sa mga makabagong pamamaraan ng pamamahala at organisasyon ng impormasyon upang ang mga ito ay maging kapaki-pakinabang. Ang mga ito ay ilan lamang sa mga adhikaing aking isinapuso at isinaisip mula nang ako ay mahirang na dekana at siya ko ring magiging gabay sa natitira pang panahon ng aking pagiging dekana. Naway sa pagkakahirang na ito, maipadama ko ang aking katapatan sa iyo, UP SLIS naming mahal. At sa inyong lahat na nananalangin, umaasa at naniniwala sa pagpapalawig ng propesyon at ng SLIS. At sa pagkakataong ito, nais kong ipakilala ang aking mga magiging katuwang sa pagpapatupad ng mga adhikaing aking nabanggit. Si Assistant Professor Wayna Therese Santos, ang bagong College Secretary. Ma'am Wayna. At si Assistant Professor Jonathan Isip, ang bagong Graduate Program Coordinator ng SLIS. Maraming salamat sa pagtugon sa tawag ng panilbihan at magserbisyo kasama ko. Muli, ang aking taus-pusong pasasalamat sa administrasyon ng universidad. Kabilang na dito ang mga kasamahan kong dekana, mga Vice Chancellor, Chancellor Fidel Nemenzo at dating Chancellor Mike Tan, at ang Presidente ng Universidad, Attorney Danilo Concepcion. Sa mga kasamahan kong faculty, mga kawani ng SLIS, alumni at mga mag-aaral ng SLIS, sa pagkakataong makapaglingkod, maraming salamat. Sa aking mga dating guro sa ILS na naniwala, tumutulong at nagbigay gabay, mga kaibigan at higit sa lahat, sa aking pamilya na walang sawang umiintindi, umaantabay at sumusuporta sa akin. Walang hanggang pasasalamat. Dalangin ko na kasihan nawa ako ng may kapal sa bawat desisyong aking gagawin kaugnay sa pagtupad ng aking tungkulin bilang dekana. Maraming salamat. Dakal pong salamat kaya kayuhan.
Maraming salamat po. Let's give a warm round of applause and salutations to our Dean, Professor Mary Grace P. Golfo-Barcelona, the Dean of the UP School of Library and Information Studies.
Salamat po. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much and congratulations on your deanship, Professor Mary Grace. We wish you the very best of luck and you can count on us to give our generous support. As we proceed with the celebrations of our 60th anniversary, let's watch some more 60th anniversary video greetings from some very important persons.
Hello sa lahat ng faculty, sa lahat ng estudyante at administrators ng University of the Philippines School of Library and Information Studies. At syempre, happy 60th founding anniversary. Alam nyo, yung pandemya, ang dami natin na natutunan dito sa nangyaring lockdown, dito sa nangyaring pandemic. Pati na rin, marami rin siguro tayong kinagagalit at kuminsan ay napro-frustrate din tayo. Pero I really want to say that your work in library and information studies is so vital when it comes to a public health emergency like what we are experiencing these days. Kasi ang kailangan ng bayan ngayon, syempre, yung katotohanan, yung totoong mga pangyayari at lalong-lalo na yung evidence-based scientific approach sa problemang ganito. And I would like to thank you for all the help you've been doing in spreading the truth in this pandemic. At syempre, ulitin ko, I'd like to congratulate all of you. Talaga naman kailangan natin itong library and information studies. Ako nga, as I mentioned when I spoke to you before, books have always been a vital part of my life. And I hope as well that we can continue spreading that message to everyone. Mabuhay kayong lahat sa UP SLIS at ulit, happy 60th founding anniversary.
Congratulations to the School of Library and Information Studies on its 60th anniversary. Although established as the Institute of Library Science in 1961, it is the oldest library school in the country, having offered library science courses under the College of Liberal Arts beginning 1914. The Library and Information Science degree program play a vital and critical role in the knowledge-driven economy that characterizes the Fourth Industrial Revolution. May you continue to create a path and pave the way in effecting the necessary change to support the digital transformation of our university and also strengthen national development. Congratulations again on your 60th anniversary.
Pagbati sa SLIS, 60 years is really not a very long time. I am older than that, and I do remember seeing how the libraries have evolved across time from a traditional librarian going around reminding people to keep quiet to the very interactive ones that we find today, very helpful for people. I've seen how Chito Angeles tried to renovate the library's ambiance, so that we had a friendlier lobby. And of course, other developments have happened there. The very name of SLIS, a change from library science, also reflects the growing concerns over data management. I just wanted to say that I'm very happy to see how library science and information sciences have come together and has made you so much more useful and relevant to our times. But I do have some fears as well. I feel that data analysis is going to be so very important in library science and in your roles in the world. But I hope you won't forget the people factor pa rin. And I always get nervous with data crunching. And you will become better data crunchers actually if you remain in touch with the world and with people. So I look forward to seeing more of the other developments. I still rely a lot. I run to library science people all the time, as your dean will tell you later on. And I know there will be many opportunities for us to work together, maybe even when I'm 80, 90, God forbid, 100 years old. Pagbati ulit sa inyo. Maraming salamat.
Binabati ko po ang lahat ng bumubuo ng UP School of Library and Information Studies. Ang mga guro, administrador, kawani, mag-aaral at alumni ng UP SLIS sa pagdiriwang ng inyong ika-60 taong anibersaryo. Nang dahil sa pandemyang sanhi ng COVID-19, ang ating mga pagdiriwang sa ngayon ay naging lalong makabuluhan para sa atin. Nabibigyang pansin natin ang ating kalakasan, nakikita natin ang mga bagong oportunidad at hamon, subalit umaani pa rin naman ang pagkilala at tagumpay kahit na dumaraan tayo sa napakaraming pagsubok. Sa ating universidad, patuloy po na nagsisikap ng buong sigla sa kani-kanilang mga gawain ang mga tagapagturo, mananaliksik at mga lingkod bayan habang pinapanatiling malusog at ligtas ang ating mga sarili. Tinutugunan natin bilang nagkakaisang komunidad sa abot ng ating makakaya at sa tulong na rin ng ating mga kapanalig ang mga pangangailangan ng mga pinakadihadong sektor sa UP. Ipinapakitang muli nitong pandemya sa atin ang kahalagahan ng pagmamalasakit sa kapwa, pakikipagbayanihan at pagkakaroon ng pag-asa upang makaahon tayong lahat bilang mga kapwa manlilikha tungo sa mas mainam na kaayusang panlipunan. Ipinagpapatuloy ng UP-SLIS ang pagganap sa napakahalagang tungkulin nito sa ating bansa, ang mapangalagaan at maipalaganap sa pamamagitan ng ating mga silid-aklatan, arkibo at museo, ang sapat, wasto, angkop at pinakamahusay na kaalaman o impormasyon para sa ikauunlad ng ating bayan. Kailangang makipagsabayan tayo sa pagsasanay at paggamit ng mga pinakamahusay ngunit lapat sa lupang inobasyon at makabagong teknolohiya na angkop sa ating mga pangangailangan dito sa UP. Hayaan ninyong banggitin ko ang ilan sa mga ito bilang bahagi ng ating pagyakap sa mga pamamaraang remote teaching and learning habang suspendido ang face-to-face classes. Sinusuportahan po natin ang pag-upgrade sa mga kailangang kagamitan at pasilidad tulad ng computer, laptop at internet connectivity. Ipinagpapatuloy po natin ang subscription sa Open Athens, Web of Science, Science Direct, Scopus, Cambridge Core, JSTOR Arts, and Science 111, Philippine e-journals, Project Muse Premium, at marami pang iba. Ginagamit din natin ang Tuklas at OneLive. Kasalukuyang itinatayo rin ang bagong gusali ng SLIS dito sa Diliman bilang karagdagang pasilidad para sa ating mga guro, mag-aaral at mananaliksik. Tiyak kong makakatulong ang lahat ng ito upang unti-unting maisakatuparan ang panapangarap nating world-class university at University of the Future na walang iba kundi ang Universidad ng Pilipinas. Ang mga pagbabagong ito ay kasabay ng napakaraming inisyatibang bahagi ng ating pagtataguyod ng isang bago at mas mainam na daigdig pagkatapos ng COVID-19 pandemic. Muli, binabati ko ang SLIS sa inyong 60th anniversary. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Mabuhay po kayo.
Hello and happy 60th anniversary to the UP School of Library and Information Studies. For 6 decades now, you have been pioneers in your field. And I'm happy that you continue to find opportunities to come together and mark this important occasion. I hope you are safe and well. COVID-19 continues to affect many aspects of our lives. The ability to plan for the future, which once came so naturally to us, has been thrown in disarray. Millions struggle to find work and make ends meet. Many of those that have work are forced to put themselves at risk of contracting the virus and spreading it to their loved ones. The boundaries between our work and home lives have blurred as homes become classrooms, meeting rooms, and seminar venues. Even the milestones which mark our lives have moved from the physical to the virtual space. These kinds of changes are swift, sweeping, and drastic, and can cause some to retreat into bubbles of fear and self-interest. But as we have seen over the course of more than a year, it is solidarity that has paved the way forward and opened the door to aid, cooperation, and hope. It is clear There is no way through this crisis but together. The history of our country is filled with moments where the spirit of collective action, of bayanihan, breathed life into our tangible realities. The pandemic may have tested us, but it has also brought out the best in so many. People banding together to donate a sack of rice, community pantries born overnight to provide food and supplies for the most vulnerable, the efforts of local government units, the academe, and the private sector to get as many people as possible vaccinated. It is this communal spirit which will see us through any challenge and get the country back on its feet. Your role as a center of excellence in the field of information studies will be vital in this shared effort. Your discipline is so much more than to be custodians of knowledge. Libraries and archives provide perspective and context, which help us make sense of our history. They contain our intellectual achievements in the form of research, the stories of our culture, our struggles, and our hopes and dreams. And so libraries provide society with the very fiber that bind us in spirit. This wisdom that is under your care grants us a lens to look at our shared past and to view and shape our collective future. As you mark 60 years of serving with honor and excellence, do so with pride and hope. Intensify our efforts, strengthen our networks, widen our circles of collaboration, and look for ways to improve and inspire others to do the same. As always, the OVP will be right beside you as we build a kinder, fairer, more humane world for all. Maraming salamat at muli, happy anniversary.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong mga pagbati. Ikinararangal po naming marinig ang mga ito. To wind up our 60th anniversary opening celebration, let's have some closing remarks to be delivered by one of the former deans of UP SLIS. Let's welcome Professor Kathleen Lourdes Obille.
We witnessed two important events this afternoon: the opening of our 60th founding anniversary and the affirmation of our 10th SLIS Dean, Dean Mary Grace Golfo-Barcelona. We waited over a year to witness her oath-taking, but her work as Dean started back on February 6, 2020. It was a very challenging start with her, for her with the pandemic and all, but she took it all in stride and led us to where we are today. Dealing with flexible learning, anticipating the renovations for the building, developing new programs, and of course, celebrating our anniversary. On behalf of the UPSLAS faculty, staff, students, and alumni, thank you, Dean Grace, for accepting the crown and taking on the challenge. As one aside for the closing remarks, I would like to express our gratitude to everyone who in one way or another has contributed to the success, not just for this event, but to the success of the school as a whole. Our immense gratitude to the past and current administrations of the UP Diliman, Chancellor Michael Tan and Chancellor Fidel Nemenzo, to the UP system, President Pascual and President Concepcion, for your support to the continuing education of our faculty so we can all obtain our PhDs, for your support in the events that we host and the research and extension projects we undertake. Thank you also for making it possible for SLIS to have more space through our new building so we can offer more LIS-related programs, such as Master of Arts in Archives and Records Management, which is now being proposed, and other programs being developed, such as the Master of Science in Information Science and the much-awaited PhD program. With these facilities, we can continue to be better in our instruction, research, and extension services with BLIS as among the DOST S&T priority programs and maintain our CHED recognition as Center of Excellence. With the admin support, we will be able to continue producing top-ranking librarians and information professionals who will help us spread information in data literacy, fight misinformation and disinformation, and more importantly, bridge information, technology, and people for a better informed citizenry. Special thanks to the UP Main Library. The Gonzales Hall has been our home, the home for the UPSLIS for almost 60 years. Sinabi ko nga our home pero bata pa naman ako. Sa mga inabutan ng generation namin na faculty na university librarians, Ma'am Sally Arlante, Sir Rodolfo Tarlit, Sir Chito Angeles, and Ma'am Elvie Lapus, sa lahat ng librarians and staff, maraming salamat po. From the archives to the South Wing, thank you for accommodating us and being our long-term housemates. We are both having our renovations and we can't wait for these to be over. See you at our respective inaugurations. To those who have given us temporary spaces while the renovation is ongoing, maraming salamat. Dean Giovanni Tapang of the College of Science, Dean Leticia Susan Lagmay Solis of the Asian Institute of Tourism, Dean Ferdinand Manegdeg of the College of Engineering, and of course, Dean Ronaldie Asuncion of the School of Labor and Industrial Relations. Maraming salamat po. Our appreciation also to our local and international academic and professional peers, the PLAI and all the professional library and archives organizations, PATLS, CODLIS, ALIEP, CEPAVA, and iSchools, particularly with the API schools for our cooperative endeavors in shaping LIS education and the profession. We will see you in future conferences and workshops and projects. Our deepest appreciation also to our visiting professors, past and present. Thank you for helping us enrich our curriculum and uplift our research and publication portfolio. We have learned a lot, especially during our cultural exchange sessions over lunch and coffee. To our alumni, thank you for continuing to be the living testament of quality education we offer here at SLIS. We are very proud of what you have become and what you have contributed to the growth of our profession. Our Alumni Association, the UPLSAA current and past officers, we appreciate your support to our activities and events. Sa isang sabi lang, nandyan na kayo agad. Salamat. To our former faculty members, both full-time and part-time, thank you for your unwavering support. Thank you for coming to visit when we have time and for being available whenever we need to consult with you with something. See you again soon. To the students, our appreciation for you for choosing SLIS despite various reasons or circumstances. We may not be your first, but we assure you, we are your last and forever. May ganon. We do what we do because of you. For the SLIS admin staff and library staff, past and present, who have been tirelessly involved in all our endeavors, in all projects, events, whether online or face-to-face, maraming salamat. Namimiss ko na yung pakape at cookies for every event, kahit half day lang yan. Automatic. Sana ganun ulit tayo. To the SLIS faculty, for all the behind-the-scenes work, for the crazy and out-of-this-world ideas that you translate to workable projects, for the out-of-the-blue, whether in the SLIS pantry after lunch, pick your brain moment, or late-night instant message, just to share possible projects, new course offerings, or event, or a new software we can use. Maraming salamat. May you never cease to be as enthusiastic, ambitious, yet compassionate and grounded. May you always embody our theme, challenging traditions, embracing innovations. Happy 60th founding anniversary, SLIS. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Kate, for expressing your heartfelt gratitude to those who have helped UPSLIS to become what it is right now. With our goal of being the premier LIS school in the Southeast Asia, we are transcending boundaries towards fostering linkages in our colleagues in library and information studies around the world. Now, let's have another batch of anniversary greetings from our UPSLIS friends around the world.
Dear colleagues, dear friends, I'm delighted to be part of your 60th anniversary celebrations at the University of the Philippines School of Library and Information Studies. I'm Christine McKenzie, President of IFLA, the International Federation of Library Associations and Institutions, and I'm speaking to you from Melbourne, Australia. Thank you, Professor Ria Apolinario, for the invitation to say a few words on your theme of challenging traditions, embracing innovations. I guess if we are ever going to challenge tradition, now is the time. We are all facing many challenges as we live through the pandemic. And IFLA is too, but we're working to the maxim, never waste a crisis. We are rethinking our platforms and our processes, and we are being hurried up to be more innovative and more creative about how we interact with our members, volunteers, and the library field. We are finding that our professional units are adapting very well, and in fact there is more interaction and connection now than before, when all the effort was being concentrated on the annual Congress. And we are looking forward to our first virtual conference in August. I do hope you can join us. While we're being forced to be innovative because of the pandemic, we can make this a positive change for the future. And whether we are still in the COVID world or when we are out the other side, one of the most important roles that libraries have, all kinds of libraries in all countries, is advocating for the United Nations 2030 agenda to create a sustainable and fairer world. By embracing innovation, we can make our libraries even better, places to access materials and ideas that inform and inspire, spaces for developing new skills and forming new collaborations, and making the most of what digital technologies offer. Making libraries gateways to further opportunities in the community and beyond. Congratulations on your diamond anniversary and best wishes for the next 60 years.
Greetings to the University of the Philippines School of Library and Information Science. I'm Dr. Brian Detler, professor at the DeGroote School of Business, McMaster University in Hamilton, Canada. I'm also president of the Association of Information Science and Technology, better known as ASIST. I'm very, very happy to learn that your school is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Congratulations on this significant milestone. I also understand that your celebratory event theme is challenging traditions, embracing innovations. That is a great theme, and I think it highly aligns with the work done by ASIS members in researching and seeking out practical solutions to information-based problems that affect all aspects of society and everyday life. The mission of ASIS, a knowledge society, is to further research and practice in information science and technology. The vision of the association, a community of researchers and practitioners, is to be the main global voice in information science and technology and the implications of this research on practice. Your colleague, Dr. Michael Olson, tells me that your department is developing a doctoral program and a new master's program, and that most of the faculty have taken up free ASIS membership. There are also initial discussions underway about hosting a regional conference at the University of the Philippines next year. This is very exciting news, and we at ASIS are happy to learn of such activities and are very happy to assist in any way possible. Thank you once more, and congratulations again on your 60th anniversary.
I would like to congratulate the School of Library and Information Studies of the University of the Philippines on its 60th anniversary. It is not just a faculty anniversary, it is a family anniversary that has defined all odds to grow strong and achieve great things together. I know it is not simple to attain this age, however, after 60 years of existence, this faculty has remained intact and has a very proud record of successes. As colleagues, we are undoubtedly pleased with this occasion. I believe that the strong collaboration between the Faculty of Information Management, University Technology Mara, and the School of Library and Information Studies University of the Philippines will continue to flourish. I look forward to doing more joint activities, especially in research, publication, and exchange program. Let us all pray that School of Library and Information Studies will have even more spectacular success. I once again would like to wish School of Library of Information Studies, University of Philippines, a happy anniversary.
Hi everyone, my name is Suhaimi Zakaria. I am from the Faculty of Information Management, University Technology Mara, Malaysia. I wish to congratulate Dean Mary Grace Golfo-Barcelona, all professors, staff, students and alumni of the School of Library and Information Studies, University of the Philippines on the 60th anniversary celebration of the school. You have come a long way and standing tall as what you are today. Congratulations on the many remarkable achievements of the school, both locally and internationally over the years. With the present and past leaderships, we could see that SLIS UP has moved forward by leaps and bounds. My school is proud to collaborate with you for us to move together for many more years to come, to develop impactful programs which are mutually beneficial to our communities. Together, we could offer graduate-level futuristic training programs as an example. It would also be nice to see more active engagements between the staff and students from both our schools, working collaboratively on research, publications, and community services through the banner of iSchools. Again, our heartiest congratulations to you on this auspicious occasion. Wishing you all the very best. Thank you very much.
Hello everybody, I'm Maureen Henninger and I am delighted to be able to call in to you from Sydney, Australia to wish you congratulations on your 60th anniversary. This is a great occasion for the premier school of Library and Information Studies in the Philippines, and I am absolutely delighted to be able to be part of this great school and university. Over the years, I have worked in the Philippines many times, including a number of times when I have worked in the information field. I am now very, very honored to be part of this great school. And indeed, although it is at the moment a virtual school as far as I am concerned, I am really looking forward to being able to be there in reality and to work with the academics and the future and present students. I am going to be working on curriculum, hopefully doing some teaching, and I am really looking forward to this. So again, my congratulations on this occasion, and hopefully we will meet soon in the future.
Magandang umaga, everyone. I'm not sure just what time of day it will be when you watch this video, but it's morning here in Canada, and so I thought I would give you a morning greeting. It gives me great pleasure, and indeed it's a great honor, to bring greetings from Canada and from the University of Manitoba to you on the 60th anniversary of the University of the Philippines School of Library and Information Studies. I well remember my visit to the school in 2018 and many wonderful colleagues and students that I met there, and of course, librarians and archivists from across the Philippines as I spoke at a conference of the National Librarians Association. It was a great privilege to be your guest and to enjoy your warm hospitality. I had a great opportunity to share ideas with you and learn about your programs and the Philippines as well. And as you can see, I still wear my UP t-shirt. And I even had a chance to ride on a jeepney in Manila, and I keep a toy model of a jeepney as a souvenir on my desk, study desk at home. I congratulate you on all you have accomplished for your students, for the university and for the people of the Philippines over the last 60 years. I'm thrilled to know that a new building is under construction at the moment for the school so that you can play an even greater role in educating top-flight researchers, students, and faculty, and members of the archival and librarian profession across the Philippines. Thank you very much, and continued best wishes from all your colleagues and friends here in Archival Studies and in the History Department at the University of Manitoba. Salamat.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Michael Olson. I'm sorry I can't be there in person to celebrate the 60th anniversary with you. In my short time working with the school's faculty so far, I've come to appreciate their dedication and enthusiasm. They've committed themselves to providing the best possible educational experience for their students and are eager to embrace the challenge of producing world-class but distinctly Filipino information research. I look forward to playing my own small part in helping them do so. The theme of your celebration, Challenging Traditions, Embracing Innovations, is a very timely one. Although I also hope there'll be time for, at least selectively, embracing traditions and challenging innovations as well. Thank you and congratulations once more on your 60th anniversary.
Thank you very much for those warm greetings. We'll be having an exciting week ahead of us to kick off this year-long celebration of our 60th anniversary. Every weekday at 2 p.m. on our social media pages on Facebook and Twitter, we'll be having the following events. Starting tomorrow, July 2, Friday, the official launching of our fresh and revitalized UP SLIS website. On Monday, July 5, the official launching of the UP SLIS 60th Anniversary Online Exhibit. On Tuesday, July 6, UP SLIS Students' Day, where events will be organized and sponsored by our two student organizations, UP LISA and UP FLIP. On Wednesday, July 7, SLIS at 60, Future Directions, a webinar which will be held will be led by our Dean, Professor Mary Grace P. Golfo-Barcelona. This is a continuation of #Webinar Wednesdays, which we started in July last year. Thursday, July 8, we'll be having SLIS Baliktanaw, a gathering of retired and former faculty members and staff of UP SLIS, for us to get to know them and their most memorable experiences in SLIS and know what they are currently busy with. And lastly, on Friday, the announcement of winners of poster making contest and our very special Friday Bingo, Reliving Traditions, organized by the UP Library Science Alumni Association, or UP-LSAA. These events will happen weekdays, most of which are 2 p.m. starting tomorrow until July 9, and will be shown via the UP SLIS Facebook page and UP SLIS YouTube channel, and also at our account in Twitch. You'll also be in for a treat of webinars along with more 60th anniversary greetings in the coming months, so you definitely should watch out for those. You can still send your 60th anniversary video greetings through email at remember@slis.upd.edu.ph or through our social media pages at UPSLIS. Again, that's remember@slis.upd.edu.ph or through our social media pages UPSLIS for your 60th anniversary greetings. You can also follow us on social media for more information and updates of our future events. That's UPSLIS on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat po for participating in our 60th anniversary opening celebration. Again, congratulations on the affirmation, Dean Mary Grace, and to the chair of this year's event, Professor Paul Jason Perez. Take care, stay safe, everyone, and we wish UPSLIS many more anniversaries to come. We shall end our program with the singing of UP Naming Mahal, performed by one of our graduating students, Miss Maria Nicole Tacuboy.